Championship. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here in Pittsburgh for football. I'm Trina Kazarek. I will be your host and sideline reporter for the day. Our first game today is a Class A matchup between Springdale and Sto-Rox, two teams who know each other a little bit. They played each other last year in the first round of the playoffs. Sto-Rox winning that game, but it is a new day and a great day. For the call of the game, let's go right upstairs to Stan Savran and Mike White.
Thank you, Trini. To paraphrase Badger Bob Johnson, it's a great day for football. It's a beautiful day this time of year. It's a beautiful day for any time of year, and it's also a day of dreams. 8 teams come to Heinz Field dreaming of a WPIAL championship. 4 will walk away with that honor and that trophy. Our single-A game today, Mike, a couple of differing stories. Sto-Rox has been through the crucible of championship tests before, but for Springdale, it's been a long time since they've played for a championship.
Well, Sto-Rox has a rich tradition in a number of sports, Stan, but Springdale, I think it's one of the most unbelievable stories in the WPIAL in the past few decades. They were the worst program, bar none, in the WPIAL in the 1980s and pretty much for the 1990s. Chuck Wagner, 68 years old, turns it around. They're going for their first championship in 30 years.
Springdale won 4 games in the entire decade of the 1980s, but they brought it back, and it centers around their quarterback, John Molnar, who's the key to everything they do.
Well, Springdale has a good rushing attack with 2 pretty good sophomore running backs, Wayne Mendakis and Mike Landers. But when I talked to Sto-Rox coach Ron Butchley this week, he told me his main concern is John Molnar, number 11, their senior quarterback. Now, he's not had a lot of success throwing the ball, Stan, but he's a very good runner. And the thing that makes him dangerous in this game tonight is his size. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. That's pretty good size for any quarterback at any level. It's gigantic for a quarterback in Class A.
On the other side for Sto-Rox, not only one of the most renowned quarterbacks in the WPIAL, one of the most renowned athletes, 3-sport star Adam DeMichael leads the Vikings.
One of the best athletes in decades, Stan, in the WPIAL. But we're here to talk about his football exploits here today. He is the one who makes the Rocks rock. You're looking at the most prolific passer in WPIAL history, almost 6,500 yards. And he saved his best season for last, his senior year. Has almost 2,500 yards passing this year, Stan, and he is a playmaker. 35 touchdown passes, has scored 8 touchdowns himself. And to top it all off, he also plays defense. He's returned 2 interceptions for touchdowns. He is the one to watch in this game.
Think about that. 35 touchdown passes. This is single-A ball. This is high school ball. What a remarkable senior season for Adam DeMichael. It's the Vikings who have lost just once. Springdale with a record of 9-3. The WPIAL Class A Championship is on board. We'll be ready for the start of today's game in just a moment.
One major Pittsburgh bank has been honored by the Smithsonian Institution for its innovation in online banking. That's the value of independence. And that's the value of $1.
This is the X generation, a new breed of Penguins hockey, forged in ice and destined to dominate. Be a part of the action with the Penguins special ticket packages. Now you can be there to watch a new generation of champions take to the ice.
It's the Collectible Series mini plan. Get 4 games starting at $160 that include the Mario Lemieux nesting doll and Mario Mike Lang and Iceberg bobbleheads. Don't wait. Call today.
The X generation. This year, the ice will burn.
Nothing worse than being ready to go and your car won't. So we're ready in advance. Ready with the right equipment, the right people, and the right parts. All at ready to go, low prices. And if it's your battery, we'll install it for free. So bring it on. We're ready in advance.
For the best parts, people and price, we're ready in advance. Yeah, bring it on.
Rorick Mazda is your Mazda connection with one of the largest selections of new Mazdas in all of Pittsburgh. Now is the best time to buy during Rorick's huge Mazda sell-off. 2003 Protegés and MPVs are in stock and must go now. Rebates are up to $2,500 or save in financing with 0% APRs. Stop by Rorick Mazda on easy-to-find West Liberty Avenue and test drive the hot new RX-8 for 2004. Hurry, the savings and selection are right now at the Mazda sell-off, only at Rorick Mazda.
One major Pittsburgh bank makes regional business decisions based upon a 148-year understanding of regional needs. That's the value of independence, and that's the value of a dollar.
The McDonald's WPIAL Football Championships on Fox Sports Net are brought to you by the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center and by Lennox Home Comfort Systems. Lennox makes your home a better place. The Dynamos of Springdale with a record of 9-3 will receive. The Sto-Rox Vikings with a record of 11-1 will kick off. Sto-Rox's lone loss of the season came in the second week of the season to Monessen. Ironically, Monessen was beaten by Springdale. The kick by Boylan, it's dribbled, and Wayne Mundakis picks up the 21. To the 30, hit at the 30 and drives across the 30 to the 32-yard line, where Springdale will take over 1st and 10. Mike Harper, starting linebacker and wide receiver, makes the hit for the Vikings of Sto-Rox.
Stan, Springdale's strategy here offensively will be to use a lot of clock, run the football, a lot of drives. You got to keep the ball out of Adam DeMichael's hands. How do you do that, Stan? By keeping him off the field.
John Molnar, the quarterback, completing less than 50% of his passes. They line up in a T, and the handoff on the first play of the game is stopped for a loss of 1 yard. Good penetration by the Sto-Rox defensive line, leading the charge, Vinny Perilla with the tackle. Let's take a look at our McDonald's offensive starting lineup for the Dynamos of Springdale. We've already met John Molnar, the quarterback. Key man in the offensive lineup is Mike Landers and Wayne Mundakis. Landers number 34, Mundakis number 1, the leading rushers. Inside handoff to Mundakis. He plows across the 35, still on his feet, to near the 37-yard line, which will bring up a 3rd down and 3. Alex DeMichael, the younger brother of the quarterback, makes the tackle. There's the starting lineup for Springdale, brought to us by McDonald's, the, quote, skill position players, and there's the offensive line. Matone, near guard, Zariski, Dugan, and Rao. 3rd down and 5. Molnar to throw. Flushed out, fires on the run, the ball batted away, and incomplete. And so on the first series of the ball game, Springdale goes 3 and out. UPMC brings us the starting defense for Sto-Rox. Boylan, Perilla, Wojtecki, and Bull across the front. Trevelyan, DeMichael, he had a tackle. Jerron Whitner, the starting running back. Mike Harper, and there you see Adam DeMichael, Chuck Banks, and Malcolm Mott. Boylan will go back to punt.
Andrew Bosman in formation for Springdale.
Make it Andrew Bosman.
Back deep to receive.
Anthony DeMichael, twin safety, short kick, ball taken, and the knee was down.
Anthony DeMichael, Stan, he's only a freshman. I mean, I think there's like 28 DeMichaels on this team for Sto-Rox. They're everywhere. He's only a freshman. We'll talk about him a little later. You talked about Alex DeMichael. He's the team's leading tackler, but Stan, a key there. Springdale, they needed, I think a key for them is to stay close early in this game. And going 3 and out in their first possession is not a good sign. Watch for Adam DeMichael to go deep one of these first few plays.
35 touchdown passes on the season. He's completing 55% of his passes this year. They line up in an I. Hand off to Whitner, the freshman. Hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss by Lucas Cox. Number 86, Cox is a senior, starts at tight end as well, and several colleges looking at him, Mike.
Stan, Springdale hasn't had a Division I position player in I don't know how long, but they're going to have one in Lucas Cox. He's a defensive end, already has scholarship offers from Duke, Toledo, and a few other schools. Big-time play there.
Sto-Rox will spread the ball around, and there's the offensive front for the Vikings. They lose 2, 2nd down and 12. Out of a pro set backfield, DeMichael to throw. A lot of time. Looking deep down the field, Mott is wide open. He's got it at 15, the 10, and dropped at the 6-yard line. Mundakis made the tackle. But Malcolm Mott, the wide receiver, number 4, was wide open. Actually had to wait for the ball to get to him. And had it been thrown a little bit farther, it would have been a 62-yard touchdown pass.
Well, Adam aired that one out anyway, Stan, but he was so open, so deep, it was a little underthrown. Malcolm Mott's brother, Mike Mott, Stan, he knows what's going on a little bit with Adam DeMichael. They were on a WPIAL championship basketball team only a year ago.
That is only Mott's 7th catch of the season. He doesn't go to him terribly often, but he is averaging over 19 yards per catch. That one good from his own 38 to the 6. Whitner hit in the backfield and dropped for a 1-yard loss. So the same play again loses yardage. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 7. The tackle on the play made by Dan Arnone. You see him, one of the defensive ends in a 5-man front for the Dynamos of Springdale, and the linebackers and defensive backs. Evan Neergaard, one of the starting offensive linemen, Mike Kutchko, and there are the deep backs. John Molnar, the starting quarterback, plays free safety. 2nd down and goal from the 7. Power I. Whitner behind blocking, hit in the backfield, and dropped for a loss back to the 10-yard line. So 2 consecutive plays, 2 consecutive losses. Lucas Cox and Mike Kutchko made the tackle.
Stan, we talked about Lucas Cox. Springdale's done a great job against the run early on here. Lucas Cox in on that play. Stan, they use a lot of Penn State terminology on defense for Springdale. For example, Lucas Cox plays what's called the stud defensive end. You know what, on that play, he certainly did look like a stud.
3rd and goal. Got a double wing formation, 4 wideouts. DeMichael looking, firing, incomplete. Off the hands of the intended receiver. John Molnar came in to help on the coverage, and so a big stand by Springdale. It brings up 4th and goal from the 10-yard line. Will they go for the field goal here?
I think they're going to go for the touchdown here, Stan. Adam DeMichael, great play by John Molnar. I talked to Lucas Cox earlier this week. He told me most quarterbacks, they don't like to hit. John Molnar told me Molnar loves to hit. He was the reason that pass was broken up with the hit on the play.
Trips to the right side, 4th and goal. DeMichael flush, fires, batted down and incomplete, and Springdale has held.
Stan, that is gigantic there for Springdale. If they'd have fallen behind 7-0 to start with there, they would have had problems. Evan Neergaard on the play. Adam DeMichael threw it right in his chest. I actually thought Adam DeMichael was going to take off and run here, Stan. Protection broke down a little bit and hit Neergaard right in the chest. I don't think he ever saw him. That's gigantic. Springdale, if they fell behind their stand, they had some problems. Big defensive stand.
Evan Neergaard, he's a senior, 5'11", 220 pounds for Springdale, makes the big play. And you're right, you get shocked with a bomb like that, Mike, and then you hold. Ironically, Sto-Rox runs the first 2 downs, doesn't pass until 3rd. Delayed handoff. Mendakis swarmed under for no gain at the 10-yard line. So thus far, Springdale unable to get its running game going. The leading rushers on this Springdale team, Mendakis, number 1, 936 yards on the season, averaging 5.5 yards per carry. And Mike Landers, 841 yards. He's number 34. He's averaging 5.6 yards per carry.
Both sophomores, Stan. You don't see many times 2 sophomores leading the team in rushing.
Molnar again completing only 42% of his passes. He has thrown 4 touchdown passes. 2nd down and 10. Mendakis gets a yard, maybe 2 out to the 12-yard line. First man to make the tackle, David Bull, the right defensive end for Sto-Rox, a senior, 6'1", 230 pounds, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
You know, Stan, if there was a little question about this Sto-Rox team this year, I think it might have been defensively. They have had some games where they've given up a decent amount of points. They've scored so much that they just outscore everybody. But so far today, they performed very well defensively. I mean, last week they gave up 20 points in the first round of the playoffs, 30 to Avonworth. So there's some pressure on that Sto-Rox defense.
3rd down and 8. Molnar, he'll take off and run. Got some room. He's to the 20, 21-yard line, and that will be good for a Springdale first down. So Molnar, who's a very good running quarterback, 325 yards rushing this year, picks up 8 yards and a first down.
We talked about him in the show earlier, Stan. His ability to make plays with his feet are what makes him a good quarterback. Not a great thrower, does not have much success throwing the ball, but they need plays like that from John Molnar because so far they've not been able to run the ball with their running backs.
You talk about that Sto-Rox offense. They have scored 40 or more points in 10 consecutive games. Inside handoff. Landers driving across the 25 and out to the 26 for a gain of 5. It'll be second down and 5. Alex DeMichael makes the stop for the Vikings.
Great ball faking there by John Molnar. I didn't know who had the ball there for a little while, Stan. Mike Landers, one of those sophomores. Alex DeMichael, the other brother of Adam on this team, he's only a sophomore. Different kind of animal, Stan, they tell me, than Adam. A bigger, stronger kid. Not quite the athletic ability of Adam, then again, who does have that, but he's the leading tackler on Sto-Rox's team.
You know, John Molnar is going to be a tired kid. He plays both ways, and he runs to the sideline to get the play from the coach on every play. There's Hart with the fullback across the 30, near the 31, and near a first down. Let's go down to the field and talk with Trenny Kisnarek. Hey, Trenny.
Hey, guys. Well, we've mentioned his name a lot so far. John Molnar. Not only is he a quarterback, he's a free safety. Now, when he came to Springdale, he really wasn't a great quarterback. In fact, the coaches wondered if he could ever start at the position. But Coach Wagner told me that when he took over last year, he's been amazing since. He said his key to his success is he never lost confidence in himself. In fact, he calls him a real tough son of a gun. Coach Wagner compared it to kind of a before-after picture. He's now a complete quarterback who can not only throw, but as we saw just a few plays ago, he can run the ball.
You know, Stan, John Molnar, actually, last year, their starting quarterback transferred to Deer Lakes. And John Molnar may not have been the quarterback last year if he stayed, but he got the job. He's kept it. It's been a big key for them. Chuck Wagner there, he's that venerable coach, Stan, right? A remarkable story. One of the few coaches in the WPIAL active right now that has 200 wins. He is and Joe Hamilton of Blackhawk are the elder statesmen of the WPIAL, both in their 38th year of coaching.
You know, it's the Jack McKeon era. 74 years old, wins the World Series, and Chuck Wagner, 68. Pappy Bolton on his staff, also 68 years of age.
On the other side, you got Ron Bushley. You know, Chuck Wagner is a Western PA guy down to the bone. He coached Oakmont to a WPIAL champion in the 60s. Ron Bushley, though, Sto-Rox coach, he's originally from Chicago.
The Bears. Third down and a foot. Quarterback sneak by Molnar. Not much room, but he drives forward.
He's still going.
How strong he is. He picks up 3 yards to the 34. And Springdale has picked up its second consecutive first down.
This is Springdale football, Stan. Keep it on the ground. Make some plays with Molnar. Just a simple quarterback sneak there. Got the surge from the offensive line. This is what Springdale has to do to win this football game. You saw what happened with Sto-Rox in the first possession. Adam DeMichael's going to throw it. He's going to throw it off, and he's going to throw it deep off.
And as you said, Mike, if you control the football, they can't hurt you from the bench. First down and 10. Full house backfield. Inside handoff to Landers, and Landers does a good job bouncing off tacklers. Gets across the 40 to the 41-yard line. And a flag on the play. Our referee today is George Liotis.
Personal foul. Black captain.
We don't identify the individual players, but we can identify it'll be 15 on top of the 5-yard gain, and that will move the football into Sto-Rox territory.
On the defense.
You know, Stan, Springdale's been running out of that full house backfield. Ohio State's playing Michigan today. That looks like Woody Hayes, the remnants of Woody Hayes with that full house backfield.
Haven't seen that. Of course, that was Chuck Wagner's era. He would have remembered.
That's right.
Still running out of that full house. Molnar inside handoff to Landers. Landers breaks into the secondary. Down to the 35 and the 34-yard line. A pickup of 9. It'll be second down and a yard. The safety, Malcolm Mott, had to come up to make the play along with help from Pat Frinzer.
Landers is one of those sophomore running backs. Right now, Springdale's winning the battle of the line of scrimmage, Stan. Landers, 841 yards on the season coming into this game. With him and Mundakis, they're going to be pretty good for a few more years, Stan.
And the offensive line, Rao, near guards, Zarisco, Dugan, and Matone. Driving forward for another first down to the 31-yard line. And Springdale, remember, took this drive beginning at their 10-yard line. And They've driven it all the way to the 31-yard line of the Sto-Rox Vikings, and meantime, the clock runs under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Landers and Mundakis stand, many people think Springdale might be a flash in the pan, but with those two as sophomores, about half of their starters on both sides of the ball stand will be back next year.
Hartley, the fullback. He's in the open to the 15, to the 10, down at the 9-yard line, and a flag is down. It's probably going to be a face mask, which will move it inside the 5-yard line. Joe Hartwick, the fullback, seldom carries the football, and this obviously is something Sto-Rox did not expect, Mike.
Well, Stan, this full house backfield has been doing the job here. They've broken off some pretty good runs. Sto-Rox so far hasn't adjusted to it. 11th play of the drive so far. Springdale, the Dynamos are rolling.
We'll get the walk-off on the penalty. Here's the call from referee George Liotis, and here it is. It's Adam DeMichael who gets it.
Personal foul. Grabbing a face mask on a defense. First down.
Actually there, Stan, Hartwick looked like he gave a stiff arm to the face first of DeMichael, and then Adam grabbed his face mask.
They always let the offensive guys get away with that.
The second man always gets caught.
So 2 personal fouls on this drive has helped out. Now a single back set. Molnar with the quarterback draw, sneak, call which will, and another flag is down. Stopped virtually for no gain on the play. Luis Cruz makes the tackle, but again a flag on the play.
Well, Stan, you move all the way down the field with that full house backfield, which I've been impressed with.
And we've got another face.
They went to a single back.
That's only going to mean a couple yards, but it does save it down, so it'll be first and goal from the 2-yard line.
Face mask on the defense. Repeat first down.
3 penalties, all personal fouls, so it's first and goal from just inside the 2. And if they're able to punch this in, what a remarkable 90-yard drive. And we may look back to that stand at the goal line, Mike, as one of the critical plays in this game. Full house. Molnar. He can walk into the end zone, and he will. John Molnar, the 2-yard touchdown run, and Springdale breaks on top 6-0.
What an impressive drive there, Stan. And John Molnar, I don't think anyone was in 15 yards of him. Where are all the white shirts? John Molnar walks in, 90-yard drive. That is exactly what Springdale needs to do to win this game, Stan. If they keep that up, they'll win this game.
That was a classic misdirection. The action was to the left. The defensive flow went that way, and a touchdown. Bad snap on the extra point, but Andrew Bozeman is able to kick it through. 2:52 to play in the first quarter. Springdale 7, Sto-Rox nothing. You're watching the WPIAL Championships on Fox.
Remember Isley's old-fashioned baked deli ham? It's back, baked in its own natural juices for the true Isley's baked ham taste you remember. At a nice price.
Remember Isley's.
Ask for it at your supermarket deli.
Loving it. From the moment I get up, I gotta go, go, go. And so does my pup. I'm loving it. Wham, bam, I gotta scram for a quick pick me up. Mickey D's is where I am.
Get your day started right with a quick time out at McDonald's. We've got it all cooking in the morning. Your favorite breakfast sandwiches, hash browns, and fresh brewed coffee. It's time for breakfast. I'm loving it.
What's this generation coming to? Same great deli taste that's wowed them for generations past. Isley's original chip-chopped ham. Fresher, leaner, hammier.
Remember Isley.
Ask for it now at your supermarket deli.
Welcome back to Heinz Field. The drive, 12 plays, 90 yards, and it ate up 5 minutes and 22 seconds of the first quarter. And you said, Mike, it was important for Springdale to break on top.
Stan, you talk about Springdale. Well, the other thing I'm impressed with them, how many fans they've brought. For a Class A school, they've brought a ton of fans. I think the whole town is here.
Great kick.
Chucky Banks.
Banks across the 30 and out to the 34-yard line. Coming up tonight, it's Pittsburgh Sports Tonight. It's 30 minutes of nightly sports news completely dedicated to the home teams throughout Pittsburgh. For extended regional highlights and in-depth interviews, catch Pittsburgh Sports Tonight, tonight at 10, only on Fox Sports Net. So they're going to roll. Banks stepped out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Chuck Banks, one of the reserve running backs. And so now the Vikings have been back on their heel after the 90-yard touchdown drive. We'll see how they respond.
I've seen them fall behind earlier this year against Cannon. Last week, Adam DeMichael threw 3 interceptions. So we'll see if they have it in to bounce back again.
DeMichael flushed out of the pocket, breaks one tackle, runs out to the 35, 36-yard line. He is bumped out of bounds by cornerback Joe Hartwick, Jr. at 5'10", 160, who had the big run, the big play in that 90-yard touchdown drive. They'll mark him out at the 34-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
That's what makes Adam DeMichael a special quarterback also, Stan, the ability to run the football. He's the point guard in the basketball team, so you know he has to have some quicks in him. Right there, he showed a little bit of it. Matter of fact, he is the 2nd leading rusher on this team, Stan, with over 500 yards.
Trips to the left. Harper, the lone setback near the Sto-Rox sideline on 2nd and 6. Firing over the middle, incomplete.
Chucky Banks looking for a little interference there, I think.
Mike Kutchko on the coverage, and Banks did look like he wanted a flag. That's from watching too much television on Sundays, because every pass, everybody's always looking for a flag.
He thought he was Plaxico there, didn't he?
Well, he didn't drop one, did he?
No, he didn't.
Oh.
But he did look for the flag.
3rd down and 6. Again, trips to the near side. Harper, the lone flanker on the far side. Flanker screen. Caught for a 1st down. And still going is Chucky Banks to the 50 and into Springdale territory at the 49-yard line. Kutchko and Molnar make the tackle, but a nicely designed flanker screen with the 2 other flankers providing the blocking out ahead.
Trips to the right, Stan. Chuck Banks was the man in the middle. He gets the ball there. Stan, actually, he was the #1 tailback at the start of this year and through the first half of the season. Then freshman Jerron Whitner came on, and Chucky Banks went to receiver.
Very good block by Malcolm Mott, #4. He caught the long bomb in the first series. 1st and 10. Delay draw to Jerron Whitner. He's got room 45 and down to the 42-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 8 and bring up 2nd down and 2. Kutchko and Nearguard make the tackle for Springdale.
Jerron Whitner, Stan, only a freshman. Only a freshman. I think he's a key to this game there in a little draw play. He has been exceptional in the last 5-6 games of this season, Stan, since he's taken over for Chuck Banks. I think he's another key to this game, how well he plays today to take some pressure off DeMichael.
Whitner, who did not start the season as a starter, rushed for nearly 1,000 yards at 9:55. DeMichael, quarterback keeper all the way, hit in the backfield, and he'll be dropped for a loss back to the 43-yard line. Again, Kutchko and Nearguard, they really are keying on DeMichael. They have not had a great deal of success running. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Evan Nearguard's played very well. Actually, Stan, I like the perimeter of Springdale's defense, what they've done so far. They've rushed the quarterback very well. Right here, they kept Adam DeMichael from turning upfield. Evan Nearguard's made a couple big plays so far. The Dynamos are looking good.
They're getting great penetration, which is why I think you'll see Sto-Rox go to more delayed draws like they did with Jerron Whitner to take advantage of that aggressive nature. Quick slant pass, Banks got it, 1st down and more to the 25 and down to the 23-yard line. Nicely designed play, another completion for Adam DeMichael and another 1st down for Sto-Rox. The twin safeties, Mike Landers and John Molnar, make the tackle.
Stan, once again, trips to the left. This is the 2nd time they've run this formation. And the first time I was wondering, the slot man was not covered at all. Sto-Rox picked that up that time with Chucky Banks. He was the slot man, really had nobody on him. Very simple, easy play, some good yardage.
DeMichael now 3 for 6. Got a wing to the left on 1st down and 10 from the 22. High snap. There's your inside draw, but this time, because of the high snap, it disrupted the timing of the handoff, and Whitner will be stopped for no gain just outside the 22-yard line. Kutchko and nose tackle Colin Dugan, a member of the National Honor Society, no less, make the tackle.
Well, that play was a disaster actually from the start with the high snap. Adam DeMichael looked like he was pulling down a board in a basketball game, Stan.
And we've reached the end of the first period. The Single A championship game, WPIAL playoffs. Springdale leads Sto-Rox 7-0.
The design and performance are unsurpassed. They offer comfort, and best of all, this high-performance line uses up to 50% less fuel. The Lennox line of high-efficiency furnaces. To enjoy the quiet comfort of a reliable, efficient Lennox furnace in your home, call 1-800-9-LENNOX for the dealer nearest you. Lennox, unparalleled savings, comfort, and performance.
I'm a little nervous about meeting your family. Did you just eat that entire box of cookies?
It's okay. We had Subway last night.
Subway's low-fat sandwiches. A variety of delicious subs. So you can feel good about being good and okay about being bad.
Hey, you're gonna get your grandpa, huh?
It's okay, I had Subway.
Oh, second down.
Subway, good, so you don't always have to be. Nike Shocks and the best of Nike team basketball. Available at Hooptown. Only at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Pittsburgh Sports Tonight.
This ain't your granddaddy's sports show.
Still the only nightly newscast dedicated to scores, highlights, and interviews from your hometown teams.
Play ball.
Pittsburgh Sports Tonight. Nightly at 10.
They are highly skilled, with nerves of steel and a killer instinct. Who are they? The world's greatest liars. It's a Thanksgiving Day Marathon. Showdown at the Sands Atlantic City on Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back to Heinz Field. Second quarter of Single A action. Second down and 10 for Sto-Rox. They're at the 22-yard line of Springdale, trailing 7-0. Michael with all kinds of time. Doesn't find anybody open now. Throws on the run. The pass complete for a first down outside the 10-yard line. Good patience by Adam DeMichael. No defensive secondary can cover receivers for that long. And the pass is good for a first down to the 10-yard line.
You know, Stan, I've seen Sto-Rox play before this year, and that's another great example. Their offensive line deserves a lot of credit, Stan. They are excellent at pass blocking, which a lot of high school linemen have trouble with, Stan. I've seen them before. They do a great job of pass blocking, and that was a great example there. DeMichael could have stood back there and picked his target all day.
Adam now 4 for 7 for 102 yards. First and goal from the 10-yard line. And a whistle may have movement before the play began. I think it's very interesting while we check the penalty here, Mike, that the top two receivers, Mike Harper and Matt Dale, have not yet caught a pass. It's been primarily Chucky Banks and Malcolm Mott.
Well, DeMichael will spread the ball around, Stan, without a doubt. Later in the game, I think you'll see those guys. And Adam DeMichael, Stan, what is he at, 102 yards already? Well, Springdale gives up only 60 yards passing a game. That's by the board in the first quarter.
That's right, 60 yards. They only give up 158 yards total offense per game, Springdale. And I would imagine that Sto-Rox is close to that. The procedure penalty moves it back to the 15, where, again, it'll be first down and goal. Whitner is the sidecar next to DeMichael. DeMichael rushed out of there. Now he takes off. Got some room to the 15, and closing quickly is the Dynamo defense. Gain to the 11-yard line. That'll be a 4-yard gain, second and goal from the 11. Kutchko and Dan Arnone on the tackle.
Good job keeping Adam DeMichael in the pocket, though. He can take off if you let him get to the outside. Mike Kutchko here on the tackle. He leads Springdale in tackles on the season, Stand coming into this game. He had 136. Big play there for him.
10th play of the drive. This drive started at the 30-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 11. Michael fires in the end zone. Caught for a touchdown. Malcolm Mott, his 3rd reception of the game, and Sto-Rox drives 70 to move within a point.
Malcolm Mott, that's one of the things, Stan, I think that Adam DeMichael does really well. He can throw on the run. Rolling out, avoiding pressure. He throws very well on the run here. Watch. Flushed out of the pocket. Pretty good protection once again, though. Now he takes off just a few steps. He throws well on the run.
Eric Boylan will attempt the extra point. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 10:16 remaining in the first half, a couple of long touchdown drives. Springdale driving 90, Sto-Rox driving 70, and the touchdown pass to Malcolm Mott. Again, that is his 3rd catch of the day. He only had 6 coming in to the game. What a remarkable start. He's increased his production by 50% in just about 14 minutes of football.
Well, Stan, Sto-Rox showed some resiliency bouncing back there, and they've done that this year. Like I said, against Clareton, I saw them against Canavan. They've come back. Stan, here's Adam DeMichael again. I really believe this, Stan. I've been covering high school sports with Post Gazette for over 20 years now, and I have never seen an athlete do what he's done in 3 different sports. It has been, starting since your freshman year. Would he do it at a big school? I don't know, but I think he is definitely one of the best quarterbacks around. Notre Dame's assistant coach was at Sto-Rox yesterday. They're looking at him. He is now on Notre Dame's board as a possible quarterback recruit. They have not offered him a scholarship. They have one guy that they really want, a national recruit, but they want to take another quarterback. He's now on Notre Dame's board. Penn State has shown a little interest in him. He's really, stock is rising, I think, a little bit, Stan, with the colleges.
There's Adam DeMichael as we get set for the kickoff. Mundakis and Landers, and the ball bounces off into the up man, and he picks it up. And they'll get excellent field position at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Let's go down to the field to Trenny Kuznera.
Well, guys, one of the reasons Adam DeMichael is such a great quarterback is because he's a student of the game. It really helps his decision-making because he takes his extra film home with him. He watches film at school and then takes film home. But the bottom line is he's an unbelievable athlete. Coach Bushley knew his talent as a freshman because when he replaced the senior quarterback, a defender grabbed his right shoulder pad. Adam just moved the ball to his left hand through a 12-yard completion. By the way, he's a dominant right-handed thrower.
Not a bad way to escape the rush. Throw at the other hand. Again, the triple bats. Mundakis, the ball carrier, gets out to the 42, perhaps the 43 for a 3-yard gain. Tackle on the play by Alex DeMichael, younger brother, and Chuck Banks. It'll be 2nd down and 7. The drive for the Vikings, 10 plays, 70 yards, 4 minutes and 36 seconds.
Alex DeMichael, Stan, though, Adam's brother, he's not a bad athlete either. He started in basketball last year as a freshman on a team that made it to the state finals.
Hartwick in motion. Inside handoff to Hartwick. Didn't fool Sto-Rox that time, and they stop it for perhaps a yard gain to bring up 3rd down and 6. Luis Cruz makes the tackle for the Vikings.
I'm impressed with John Molnar's ball handling ability with the fakes. He keeps that ball hidden pretty well, but Sto-Rox, we talked about their defense. Some people thought they might be a little bit of the weak link in this team. We'll see how they bounce back after that long drive before. So far in the first 2 plays, they've looked okay.
Third down and 6. Hartwick in motion. Inside handoff to Mundakis, and he's very close to the 1st down, but he may be about a half-yard shy. Again, the false motion by the fullback, Hartwick. The inside handoff to Mundakis. He's going to be about a yard shy to bring up 4th down and 1. Let's see what Chuck Wagner decides to do here as John Molnar comes over to discuss it.
Wow, I think they're going to call timeout.
Yep, we're going to talk it over. It's dangerous field position to give an explosive offense like Sto-Rox. So they're going to call timeout and talk it over. It's a full yard, Mike.
Boy, Stan, the way Sto-Rox can move quickly,
I think I'm kicking here.
I'm punting, definitely. I don't think there's a big decision to make here, although they have run the football fairly well out of that full house backfield.
So the timeout is called. We are even at 7-7. One thing to keep in mind about Adam DeMichael's performance thus far is that the Sto-Rox, or excuse me, the Springdale defense, they have really been ball hawks. They have 32 takeaways this year. Remember now, we're talking about an 11-game season, 12-game season, this being game number 13. They've intercepted 17 passes, and they've recovered 15 fumbles. So they have some people back there who can intercept the ball. Mike Landers, primarily chief among them, he has intercepted 9 passes already this year. So,
and if Adam DeMichael does have a little bit of a fault, Stan, it does sometimes force the ball a little bit. But hey, we got to talk about what's going to happen here with this full house backfield. This is a big, big play here, Stan.
4th and 1. Molnar keeps. He's got it in space. The 45, the 40, the 30. Dragged down from behind at the 19-yard line. Percy Trevelyan, the middle linebacker, saved the touchdown.
John Molnar, big, big play. Just with the bootleg, Stan, kind of like the touchdown play he ran. Kept it himself with the fake. Adam DeMichael, the cornerback, got blocked to the outside. John Molnar turned it to the inside. We talked about him in the pregame, Stan. He is the key to this team. Despite their good running backs, they need big plays from John Molnar today. He gave them one there.
Again, the misdirection, bootleg to the other side. This time a straight dive. Inside the 20 to the 17, Mike Landers, the ball carrier. We've got a flag on the play. The gain was 3. We'll see what the flag is.
31, when that whistle blows, you get off.
Alex DeMichael.
All right, they picked it up.
Getting scolded by the referee.
They picked up the flag. They just dropped out of his pocket.
Alex DeMichael said, who, me? What'd I do? I didn't do anything.
Like basketball. Nobody ever committed a foul in the history of basketball.
Believe me, he commits fouls in basketball. Alex does.
Now we got a spread formation on 2nd and 7. Hartwick in motion, inside handed. Mundakis almost broke it through. Actually tripped over his own blocker. The man blocking ahead of him was center Brad Zarisco, and he tripped over him, or he might be prancing in the end zone. He's at the 12. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
You mentioned Brad Zarisco there, Stan. Interesting. He has a brother, Anthony Zarisco, who is the kicker for Army, and they're playing at Hawaii today. And a matter of fact, Brad Zarisco's uncle was on Springdale's 1973 WPIAL championship team.
And, of course, that's the last one.
Yep.
30 years ago. 3rd down and 3. Single setback. Molnar driving forward. What a great surge by that offensive line. He's got the 1st down at the 8. 1st down and goal. What a great job by Rao, near guard Zarisco, Dugan, and Matone, and tight end Lucas Cox. What a surge, Mike.
That's his center, Zarisco, there. You know, we mentioned Zarisco. We talked about Lucas Cox being the first position player in a long, long time from Springdale to go Division I. But as I said, Zarisco's brother is a kicker on the Division I level at Army.
1st and goal from the 8. The rollout's been good to them. Inside hand up to Landers, and he gets great yardage down to the 2-yard line. And the holes that exist in that Viking defense are being exploited by Springdale. 2nd and goal from the 2.
Stan, I really think this game is going to come down to one of these defenses has to step up and stop somebody. So far, neither of them really have. Yeah, Springdale got the down in the stand inside the 10-yard line, but neither defense has shown the ability to stop the other offense.
Now Sto-Rox wants a timeout. They have been pushed around the last 2 drives by this Springdale offense, and we're already down to 5:49 to play in the 1st half. Again, another 5-minute plus drive by Springdale, and we've seen how explosive the Sto-Rox offense can be. You keep driving the ball like they have, and you're going to be able to keep that offense on the sideline. And right now, battle at the line of scrimmage is indeed being won by Springdale.
Well, Springdale's playing old-fashioned football, 3 yards cloud of dust, just like Woody Hayes. Matter of fact, Chuck Wagner, he likes he goes back with Joe Paterno and people like that recruited some of his players. He coached at Oakmont, even in Fox Chapel. And Chuck Wagner, Stan, you know, once again, an amazing job he's done and an interesting story. They had to coax him into taking this Springdale job. It was so bad many years ago. You see the rushing yards there, Springdale dominating the game on the ground. Chuck Wagner has lost 2 wives, Stan, over the years to death. And you know, I think it's just a heartwarming story, what he has done here. And now, big play here, 2nd down. Sto-Rox has not shown the ability to stop the run. We'll look for that full house backfield again.
From just outside the 2-yard line. Landers hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back. No gain. May have even lost a half a yard outside the 3-yard line.
Percy Trevelyan and Alex DeMichael, the linebackers, getting some penetration there. Those guys need to start stepping up, Stan. Maybe the linebackers filling the holes.
Well, the offensive line is dominating the front 4 of Sto-Rox, so the linebackers do have to come in and make the play. It is now 3rd down and goal from that 3-yard line. Let's see if they go to that bootleg again, and let's see if Sto-Rox is prepared to defend it. There it is. Molnar lowers his shoulder into the end zone for a touchdown. That time, Sto-Rox defended much better, but John Molnar, who is 6'3" and 210 pounds, lowered his shoulder and powered his way into the end zone, his 2nd score of the game.
John Molnar, the bootleg left, just like the last play on 4th down at the 50-yard line. Actually, Adam DeMichael came up and made a good play this time, Stan, from his cornerback position, but we talked about John Molnar's size in the pregame, Stan. 6'3", 200. That's big for a linebacker in Class A, let alone a quarterback.
Molnar will hold. The kick by Bosman is up, and it is good. Great blocks by Nearguard and Lucas Cox. A 60-yard drive for Springdale. They lead 14-7 in the WPIAL Class A Championship on Fox Sports Net.
A solid foundation. It creates strength and stability. It's what lets us explore and expand without limits. What is good becomes something better, something greater. Vision and unwavering commitment help people live better lives, healthier lives. It's how we find answers. It's how we give back. It's how we move into tomorrow, today. Now, more than ever, UPMC.
2 touchdowns for John Molnar, and that is part of the norm. He is one of the leading rushers on this ball club. He scored 12 rushing touchdowns during the regular season, or up to this point in their first 12 games. 2 today, 14 on the year. The drive, 60 yards, 10 plays, and again, key, 5 minutes and 18 seconds on that drive.
Well, Stan, it started with Sto-Rox, a pooch kick again. I just see so many teams doing that more and more these days, and it gives the other team such great field position. I mean, you're talking Springdale. They do not have a kickoff return or a punt return for a TD this year. They gave them great field position again.
Absolutely. Kickoff and a nice return across the 30 to the 35-yard line. Mike Harper, the return. Nearguard in on the tackle, and it'll be 1st and 10 Sto-Rox on their own 35-yard line.
Sto-Rox, Stan, a community. You know, this is a team, a school that used to play against the big boys in the WPIAL, against the big schools. They were a big school. The population has dwindled in McKees Rocks, but Stan, high school football and high school sports and basketball is mighty important to those people in the Rocks.
DeMichael 5 for 8, 113 yards and a touchdown. Ron Whitner has not been a factor. DeMichael again looking, doesn't find anybody open. He breaks one tackle, slides between another. Still on his feet. The 40. He's up to the 50 and into Springdale territory near the 49-yard line. What a great, great run by Adam DeMichael. Joe Hartwick made the tackle, but 3 other Dynamos had a chance to knock him off his feet.
Stan, now you see why he was a Post-Gazette Co-Mail Athlete of the Year last year. Plays like this. Aren't many kids who can do this. Lucas Cox had him wrapped up, had his shirt. I think he had that tearaway jersey on. Adam DeMichael, a big gain, Stan. He, and you'll see the other Co-Mail Athlete of the Year in the AAA game, Neil Walker, Pine Richland.
A 15-yard gain, 1st and 10 from midfield. Again out of the shotgun. Whitmer's the sidecar. Look at the flanker screen, not open. Now DeMichael throws deep downfield, and it is intercepted. Landers to the 40, 45, still on his feet to the 40, 30, one man to beat. Finally brought down at the 25-yard line. We talked about Mike Landers. That is his 10th interception of the season. Think about that, 10 interceptions. The first interception for Springdale today, and the great run back put Springdale in position to add to its lead.
Well, a bad decision by Adam DeMichael. Mike Landers pretty much just played center field, and Landers landed a big one, Stan. A great return, as you mentioned, his 10th interception of the year. DeMichael saves the touchdown. I said somebody on defense has to step up. If this game, I wonder if anybody could stop the other team. Mike Landers comes up with a big play. Adam DeMichael, bad decision that time.
And let's give credit to Antonio Matone. He put the pressure on Adam DeMichael and forced him to throw a bit early because the receiver was indeed open. And so that forced the throw and eventually the interception. There you see Mike Landers with the interception. He is only a sophomore, 5'10", 170 pounds.
Stan, with Mike Landers, Wayne Mundakis back next year, 2 good sophomores. You know, I don't know how long Chuck Wagner's going to go, but hey, he has reason to come back.
Well, they'll lose the quarterback, John Molnar. He's the key to it all. 2 touchdowns already today. Again, the reverse action, the easy stroll into the end zone. This one a bit more difficult. Long run. That was a 4th and 1 play, one of the key plays in the game, Mike. Chuck Wagner decided to go for it, and boom, little contact.
We questioned whether they should go for that first down at midfield. Made us look bad.
They haven't stopped that rollout yet. Inside handoff to Mundakis, and again, Sto-Rox waiting for that. They've not been able to spring that inside handoff, at least not to Mundakis. No gain on the play. To the 25-yard line, Alex DeMichael, younger brother of Adam. He is only a sophomore, 5'11", 195, and the leading tackler on the Sto-Rox team. No gain, 2nd down and 10. Critical point of the game for both of these teams.
Yeah, it is, Stan. Sto-Rox needs a defensive stop, but Sto-Rox's offense can strike so quickly. I think maybe people should start believing in this Springdale team.
Molnar, his first pass of the game, too tall, overthrown. Intended inside the 20-yard line. The pass for Dan Arnone, too tall. Arnone starting defensive end, a junior, 5'11", 180, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Well, that's not John Molnar's strong point, throwing the football there, Stan. But he did come up with some big pass plays last week when they knocked off the 3-time defending champ Rochester Ram. He has the ability to do that, but the problem, though, with John Molnar is when you force him into passing situations, Stan, of 2nd and long or 3rd and long, I think that's where he has trouble.
I'll correct myself. That's his 2nd pass of the day. 3rd down and 10 now. Let's see if they bring out the bootleg again. Straight drop back at the screen. Pass in the flat to Mundakis. Breaks 1 tackle. Nice move to 15. 10, 5, touchdown, Springdale.
In the Springdale town, I think everybody's here going a little crazy right now. They're rocking the rock, Stan.
Mundakis made the first man miss. Otherwise, it goes for no gain. And then he got a great block from number 72, Colin Dugan.
Well, they set it up perfectly. Sto-Rox came with a pretty hard rush, and Mundakis really went untouched. A couple people got a hand on him. Springdale's 3rd touchdown of the game with the pass play, Stan.
What a tremendous call. Bozeman attempting his extra point, but before the snap, there's a flag on the play. This one set up by the interception by Mike Landers and the long return to the 25-yard line.
Offside, Sto-Rox.
On the defense. You want to take that penalty? Okay.
Stan, you have to be impressed with Springdale. I mean, they knocked off Monessen, the #1 team. You know, what's so funny about sports is 2 weeks before the end of the regular season, Stan, they got blown out by Clairton. Now, they got hot in the playoffs, and look what they're doing.
Bozeman's extra point is up, and it is good. 3:12 to play in the first half, and a surprising result at this point with Springdale leading favored Sto-Rox. Not that there's a line on this kind of game, but I think most people thought that Sto-Rox was the favored team.
I agree.
It's 21-7. There you see Wayne Mendakis made a great move and then got the great block from Colin Dugan, and into the end zone he went for a 15-yard touchdown. And again, the interception and long return set this one up. So they've scored a variety of ways. 2 long drives, a 90, a 60. This one, a 25, set up by the Pit.
Well, Stan, you know what? They're winning the battle of the offensive line right now. Yeah, they had a screen pass there for a touchdown. Springdale's offensive line has been impressive. And Stan, when Chuck Wagner came to Springdale in 1993, he had one kid that could bench press 200 pounds. One, which is outlandish. He only had 19 players. Now look at the size of that offensive line, and I think that's been a key for them, Stan. They have a pretty good off-season program. Their kids lift weights a lot, and any good program nowadays has a good off-season program.
You're looking at Chucky Banks. He's the deep man on the return. He is flanked by Jerron Whitner and the wide receiver Mike Harper. Bozeman's shown a very good leg here, and unlike Sto-Rox, they have chosen to kick deep. Now this time they decide to squib. Harper picks it up on a friendly bounce. The 25, 30, at the sideline, 35, 40, still on his feet. Great return by Mike Harper across the 45 and out to the 47-yard line. Tackle on the play for Springdale by John McCauley, but Sto-Rox takes over in excellent position, and a score before the half would put them right back in the ball game.
Well, 3:03 left. That's plenty of time for Adam DeMichael. I'm sure Ron Butchley has a couple, you know, he'll just, I think, go to normal play calling here. Ron's done a great job at Sto-Rox. Former assistant coach there, former assistant at Cannon McMillan, and he's brought alive this football program again.
Sto-Rox still has 2 timeouts remaining. There's a delayed draw to Whitner. Whitner drives across the midfield marker to the 49-yard line. A pickup of 5. Second down and 5. Nose tackle Colin Dugan. With the tackle, he is junior, 6'1", 240.
We talk so much about Chuck Wagner, but really Ron Butchley, I think, deserves some credit too, Stan. It's not like Sto-Rox is winning championships all the time. They weren't making the playoffs a whole lot until he came along.
Their last championship came in 1987. 2nd and 5. Long motion by Dale. Here's Whitner. He's got the first down, still on his feet, and drives to the 41-yard line. Nice run that time by Jerron Whitner, the freshman. J.D. Rao made the tackle, and it's a first down.
You mentioned that title in 1987, Stan. A little bit of trivia. They had a pretty good quarterback, Sto-Rox, back then also. Matter of fact, he was a parade All-American, played at Michigan State for a little while. Do you know who he is?
Trying to remember the name, and
you think you know? If you get
this, I do know it.
I will bow down to you if you get it.
First
initial J. Jody Dickerson. You were close.
I remember the name.
You were close. You were going to say Chuck Fusina, weren't you?
No, I was not going to say Chuck Fusina. I know where he went to school, and it wasn't Michigan State. It was closer. Blanker pass to Matt Dale. That's the first reception of the day for Dale. He's their leading receiver. It picks up about 2. 2nd down and 8. Coming down to the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. Jody Dickerson, I do remember that name.
He had a brief stint at Michigan State. They beat Elwood City 19-0 at 3 Rivers in 1987.
Slot to the left on 2nd down and 8. Straight drop. Good protection, fires, man wide open. That is Harper. Harper's got the completion at the 32-yard line. It'll be a yard short of the first and bring up third down and one near guard. Makes the tackle for the Dynamos. Third down and one, and now they're lining up on the ball.
Well, a minute and a half left. They got 2 shots to make this first down, Steve. Sto-Rox with 1 timeout remaining.
And driving for the first down into the 28. That will stop the clock. If you don't watch high school football all that often, the rule in that regard is like college. Great minds think alike.
That's right. Unlike the pros, the clock stops to move the chains in high school football.
And now Sto-Rox, rather surprisingly, uses its final timeout, even though the clock was stopped. Ron Butchley calls everybody over. So they are without any timeouts, although with a passing offense. Again, the clock stopping on any first down. 28 yards to the goal line. 1:20 to play in the first half.
Is that a Dynamo, Stan?
Must be a Dynamo.
I've always wondered what a Dynamo is. I guess that must be it.
It's not a Viking. If that's a Viking, then the Norsemen are in bad shape. They're not invading anybody if that's the Viking.
That is a Dynamo. That looks like Georgia Tech's Buzz, I think.
So the Yellow Jackets.
He got a light bulb for a nose.
He got a lightning bolt.
Or is that a male or female? We don't know either.
We'll send Trenny over there to find out. Double-A game between Jeanette and Aliquippa to follow. High school football all day long on Fox Sports Net. Slot right, 1st and 10 from the 28. Michael, pump fake, throwing deep, man wide open, Mott, and batted away at the last second. What a great defensive play by Mike Landers. Malcolm Mott wide open. Landers, who's already got a pick, comes over and makes a textbook knockdown of the ball.
Watch Adam DeMichael pumps to his left to try to bring Landers over a little bit, I think, Stan, and then goes back to his right. But Landers did not go far enough. Over to his right. Nice play by Mike Landers. Saved the touchdown.
Really played the quarterback's eyes that time. Did not play the receiver. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10. 1:14 to play in the second quarter. Trips to the right side. Screen. Whitmer inside the 25 and down to about the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 8. But the clock will run. 3rd down and 2. Kutchko and Joe Hartwig make the tackle. 3rd down and 2.
888. They're out of timeouts. Adam DeMichael will call something at the line here, Stan.
There's a flanker screen. A bubble screen. Pass complete. Good for the first down. Good job by Chucky Banks. The clock stops now on the first down. Now you've got plenty of time because you can use a spike. The ball is at the 12-yard line where it will be 1st down and 10, just inside the 12. And there's the spike.
Stan, this is actually a key drive when you think about it. If Springdale goes up at the half 21-7, they're in pretty good shape. Now it's 21-14. Now Sto-Rox has a little momentum. They're really right back in the game.
And
this
they
is
get
a key
the ball.
Possession, a key drive, yeah.
And they get the ball in the second half. So the spike stops the clock, 37 seconds. It actually never started. They never signaled the clock turning, which technically should never be allowed to happen. The ball's to be signaled to play, but 2nd down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Michael in trouble, and the ball is going to be ruled incomplete. That's critical because if that was a sack, the clock would run. It's an incomplete pass, but it does bring down up 3rd down Lucas Cox on the pressure. 3rd down and 10 from the 11-yard line.
Well, the official ruled, I guess, that his arm was going forward trying to throw a pass. I'm a little surprised there too, Stan.
Again, if that's a sack or a fumble, even if they recover, the clock runs. Yeah, good call.
He looked like he might have been pulling it under, though.
Tuck rule. 3rd and 10. Draw play. Whitner, he'll not get there. Now, can they get up another play? It's 4th down. The clock running. They'll have to call it the line of scrimmage. But even if they get it off, it might be the last play of the half, even if they get the first down. So Michael looking. Fires in the end zone. No. Incomplete. No, did not get there as the clock runs out. The draw play probably cost them at least a chance to make another call at the line of scrimmage, and even if they would have gotten the first down, they never would have gotten another play off, and so the first half comes to a close with an incompletion in the end zone.
Adam DeMichael, plenty of time. Great job again by the Springdale secondary. Nobody really open. Watch this, it bounces once before Mike Harper gets it. Stan, that draw play, I was very surprised they ran that. No timeouts left. Even if he's not going to get to the end zone probably on that. And, you know, it cost them dearly.
So we've reached the end of the first half. Let's go down to the field. Trenny Kusnierek is with Springdale head coach Chuck Wagner. Trenny?
Thanks very much, guys. Chuck, how huge was that stop at the end of this quarter?
Well, I'll tell you what, there was no question, you know, us getting the interception, running it back the way we did and getting in for the score was very, very big. We were very concerned that, you know, they were going to go in here and make it one touchdown because they do get the ball back. But fortunately, we did hold on, and that's big. I mean, it's big to go in the second half with a 2-touchdown lead against this club, no question.
He said ball control was a key to winning this game. How important is time of possession in the second half?
Oh, it's going to be a key, big key. I mean, you know, we ran off a lot of plays already, but we're even going to have to pick it up here this second half because number 13, their quarterback's a great kid, and, you know, he can run, he can throw, and do everything. So the less that we're able to give them a chance to put the ball in his hands, the better we're going to be.
All right, thank you very much for joining us.
Sure, okay. And don't forget to tell Mike.
I won't. Thanks very much, Coach. We're going to take a break now. Springdale leads Sto-Rox 21-7. When we come back, we'll take a look at the band.
Enroll now in spring classes at the Community College of Allegheny County. CCAC offers more than 170 academic programs including business management, child and family studies, computer information technology, criminal justice, engineering, graphic design and multimedia, health careers, hotel restaurant management, teacher education, and many more. Enroll now. There's a program that's right for you. CCAC, real people, smart choices.
Want to see how far you can stretch $100? Well, at the massive C. Harper Autoplex, less than $100 a month can buy you a new car or truck.
How about a new 2004 Chevy Cavalier, now just $99 a month?
Or a new 2003 S10 pickup, only $99 a month.
Or a new 2004 Pontiac Sunfire, just $109 a month.
Whether you want a new Chevrolet, Pontiac, Cadillac, or Buick, the C. Harper Autoplex can make your money stretch.
With new vehicles as low as $99 a month.
Only at the massive C. Harper Autoplex, Route 51, Bell Vernon.
At Mellon Arena, a new breed of champions will be born, forged in ice, destined to dominate. Welcome to the X generation. Come experience a new breed of Penguins hockey and pick up great promotions and collectibles. Don't miss your chance to see the X generation tear up the ice.
Come to Mellon Arena when the Pens take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Fans 14 and under get a free Mario Lemieux youth practice jersey courtesy of UPMC. Don't miss a chance at this great jersey and see some explosive hockey.
The X generation. This year, the ice will burn.
It's a divisional battle. Straka helps lead the charge for the Penguins, while Tony Amonte pilots the Flyers. Two storms collide. Flyers, Penguins, Wednesday on Fox Sports Net.
The ultimate fantasy football show. We know who to start, who to sit, who's a stud, and who's a dud. The hidden gems. We know what you don't. Weekends on Fox Sports Net.
The McDonald's WPIAL Football Championships on Fox Sports Net are brought to you by the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. We are at halftime of the single-A WPIAL Championship game. Springdale leading Sto-Rox 21-7. Our halftime activities begin right now. Let's toss down to Trenny Kusnierek. Trenny?
Well, guys, both bands got a couple of minutes on the field, and we begin with the Sto-Rox Vikings. A pretty perfect medley they have for us today. They started with Sheryl Crow's Soak Up the Sun, and now here is the Violent Femmes' Blister in the Sun.
You know it, you love it, and no Sto-Rox halftime show would be complete without it. Closing today's halftime performance is the band dance, featuring a Sto-Rox drumline performing Not As Fun. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sto-Rox Senior High School Viking Marching Band.
Well, now, yeah, they're walking out. Okay, Sto-Rox has finished their set. Now it's time for Springdale. The Springdale band is led by Carly Martin. Let's listen in.
This is the 2003 Springdale High School Marching Band. This afternoon's program will include some of our halftime numbers. And we're going to invite the cheerleaders out to do some pep songs as well and get this crowd energized, cheering our Dynamos on. Our first number is from West Side Story, Maria and Tonight.
I'll watch. Go.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, we're going to invite our Dynamo cheerleaders onto the field.
All right, that's it for halftime entertainment here at Heinz Field. We'll be back after this break with first half highlights and stats with Stan and Mike.
Nissan 03. It's been a great story. We brought you the rugged Xterra, stylish Ultima, tough Frontier, reliable Sentra, and powerful Pathfinder. Now we're bringing you the Nissan National Year-End Event. Get 0.9% or up to $1,500 cash back, because every great story deserves a happy ending.
Oh, I'm a very safe driver.
Defense. It's all about defense.
Hands always at 10 and 2. 2:30 if I'm feeling naughty.
My philosophy is better safe than early.
Are you a safe driver? Then you may qualify for Allstate Safe Driver discount, and that can save you big.
See what I'm dealing with? Maniacs.
I'm a little nervous about meeting your family. Did you just eat that entire box of cookies?
It's okay. We had Subway last night.
Subway's low-fat sandwiches, a variety of delicious subs, so you can feel good about being good and okay about being bad.
Hey, you're gonna get your grandpa, huh?
It's okay, I had Subway.
Oh, second down.
Subway, good, so you don't always have to be.
Hey everyone, this is Rob Pratt, and welcome to my world, the world of my good friend George Leon at West Penn Billiards and their brand new location, Route 19 South in Cannonsburg, the #1 pool table dealer in the nation. West Penn Billiards, the only dealer for the top 5 brands of pool tables at all the top manufacturers on bars and stools and related game room equipment. Family owned and operated for 40 years. Stop by any of their 3 locations in the North Hills, Murraysville, and the new store, Route 19 South, Cannonsburg. Get the best price and service. It's guaranteed. West Penn Billiards.
There's your halftime score in the Single A Championship game here at Heinz Field. Welcome back to Heinz Field. Stan Stavern along with Mike White. 2 key defensive stands in what has been an offensive game thus far, Mike. On the very first Sto-Rox series, they hit a long bomb to Malcolm Mott. Now it's 1st and goal. They do not score. And at the end of the half, Sto-Rox knocking at the door. And again, Springdale makes the big stand. Otherwise, this game is even.
Those are 2 keys, because really no one's been able to stop each other on defense except Springdale deep in their own end zone territory. Springdale's been very good. I think the key stand so far has been the way they've been able to run the football. They're averaging over 5 yards a carry on the ground, and John Molnar, their senior quarterback, has 55 yards rushing in the first half. We talked about him in the pregame with his ability to run, 6'3", 200 pounds. he's been a key.
That touchdown came after the stop, a 90-yard drive, but back came Sto-Rox, an 11-yard touchdown pass to Malcolm Mott by DeMichael to tie it at 7. But again, it's Molnar this time showing how strong and powerful he is to put Springdale up 14-7.
And then the Springdale defense took over a little bit, Stan. Adam DeMichael there made a bad decision. Did not just lofted one up. Mike Landers, 10th interception of the year, returned it a good distance, set up another touchdown for Springdale. That was the key defensive play of the first half.
And a great call here. This is a screen pass to Wayne Mundakis, a 15-yard touchdown, good block by Dugan, and it was 21-7.
The two sophomores, the sophomore sensations with two big plays, Landers and then Mundakis.
And once again, at the end of the half, it's an opportunity for Sto-Rox to get within a score. Great play again by Landers. Now on 4th down and goal, last opportunity, clock running, and DeMichael skips one in, incomplete, and the clock runs out on Sto-Rox. The question is, will the second half run out on Sto-Rox?
Well, that call on a few plays earlier there on a draw play without any timeouts, Sto-Rox really came back to haunt them. You can see the statistics there, Stan. Yardage is pretty much even, not much difference here, but here's the key. Springdale, except one of those first few plays of the game, has not let Adam DeMichael make a long pass play, except one of those first few plays where he threw to Malcolm Mott. Then they had the defensive stand. They keep their receivers, Sto-Rox receivers, in front of them. I think they have a good chance to win this football game. But Adam DeMichael has been through many battles before, Stan, in basketball and in football. He's been in championship games. He's won championship games. Don't count him out until that final second ticks off.
No question about that, and one of the great jobs being done today by the secondary of Springdale. They have held the two leading receivers for Sto-Rox. We're talking about Mike Harper and Matt Dale to a combined 2 receptions for just 9 yards. Sto-Rox gets the football to begin the second half. They trail by 14, and we'll be back with the second half kickoff in just a moment.
Meet Jim Baburka, 2-time Superstock Winston World Champion and your service manager at Jim Crivelli Chevrolet. On any given weekend, you'll find Jim tearing up the drag strips across America, racing against the clock to fractions of a second. Every weekday, you'll find Jim and McKee's Rocks providing that same attention to detail when working on your car or truck. Only at your Chevy dealer, Jim Crivelli Chevrolet. McKee's Rocks, Pittsburgh. JimCrivelli.com.
Next week on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. It's a star-studded week with Academy Award winner Billy Bob Thornton, rap star Snoop Dogg, actor Dwayne Martin, Counting Crows Adam Duritz, the hilarious Tony Danza, and the crack hunter Steve Irwin. Plus, NBA legend Magic Johnson, tennis superstar Serena Williams, the glove Gary Payton, Lions quarterback Joey Harrington, and eccentric magicians Penn and Teller. Next week, only on the Best Damn Sports Show, period.
Yeah, come on, I'm loving it. From the moment I get up, I gotta go, go, go. And so does my pup, I'm loving it. Wham, bam, I gotta scram for a quick pick-me-up. Mickey D's is where I am.
Get your day started right with a quick time out at McDonald's. We've got it all cooking in the morning. Your favorite breakfast sandwiches, hash browns, and fresh brewed coffee. It's time for breakfast.
It takes a team to turn an empty office into a comfortable, functional workplace. It begins with designers who can maximize your floor space, experts who consistently deliver the lowest prices on fine furniture from Hahn and Allsteel, and experienced installers who have earned their reputation over nearly half a century. Expertise, experience, and excellence. Trust the business furniture team at Workplace Furnishings by Mount Lebanon Office Equipment.
Welcome back to Hinesfield, where Sto-Rox trails Springdale 21-7. Penalties. Did you talk to the kids about cleaning up the mental mistakes?
Yeah, especially in the first quarter, we got hurt with some personal fouls and face masks, and it's just when you do that, you're not gonna win the half.
I know you told me when we talked on the phone earlier this week you wanted to control their run game. Do you make any defensive changes in the locker room at halftime to control how much they're running the ball?
Well, I mean, they're not doing anything different than we expect them to do. We just have to play better. We have to tackle better. We made a couple of adjustments personnel-wise, and hopefully we can stop in the second half.
Great, thanks very much. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks.
That's Sto-Rox head coach Ron Bushley. Guys, back up to you for the call of the second half of the game.
Thank you, Trinity. What a difference a year makes. 1 year ago, it was about 30 degrees. It was snowing. It was blustery. Poor Trinity was down there. There wasn't enough Gore-Tex in the world to protect her, and what a beautiful day, expecting a high of 70. You know, I'm reminded of what Chuck Noll always used to say about the running game, Mike. Chuck would say, running the football is merely a matter of imposing your will on someone, which means I've got to knock you down before you knock me down, and Springdale has been the much more physical team at the line of scrimmage. Plain and simple.
They've won the battle in the trenches, Stan. There's always that cliche in the trenches. And you and I have talked before about how teams win championships running the football, and it goes in every classification. There aren't many teams with a passing quarterback like Adam DeMichael that have won WPIAL championships. I mean, we talked the other night, you and I, we talked about the Quad A championship. Over the last 19 years, a team that's had more yards rushing is 16-2-1 in the Quad A championships, and I think it trickles down to every level. But Adam DeMichael's a special quarterback, I think. And as I said, he's been through a lot of battles. He's been in games behind before. We'll see how he responds to this, though. Sto-Rox, Stan, 10 straight games, 40 points they've scored at least, 7 at halftime. A little shocking. Maybe people start believing in Springdale, though.
Yeah, after you beat Monessen and you beat Rochester and now Sto-Rox, at least at halftime. I think one of the other keys is, too, you're looking for a little bit of balance here. Jerron Whitner, the freshman running back, came into this ball game with 955 yards rushing, averaging 8 yards per carry. Thus far, he has 19 yards on 8 carries, barely 2 yards per rush, and I think they're going to have to look for some balance here because Springdale, obviously, dropping off 7 and 8 defenders, could be vulnerable to those delay draws, sprint handoffs, those kinds of things.
Well, I thought he might be a key to this game, Stan, because you can always talk about the big stars, but then there's always that guy that you don't expect that's not the biggest star on the team that comes up and has a big impact on the game. I thought he would in this game. So far, he has not. The Springdale runners have been the big impact in this game, along with John Molnar. Molnar, though, Stan, he has only a little over 300 yards rushing on the year, 325. First half, he has 55 yards. You hope for your senior quarterback in big games to come through. He has so far.
Had a big run on a touchdown drive and also has scored 2 touchdowns on bootlegs. And again, that big run on the touchdown drive came on a 4th down and 1, which the two geniuses questioned. They obviously had a play that they liked, and they have run that play to both sides with great success, both in the middle of the field on the 4th and 1 and also on the goal line.
Yeah, we thought they should punt. Well, they showed us. That's, hey, Chuck Wagner's been coach for 38 years, Stan. He knows a little more than us. I saw down there, you're talking about John Molnar. You know, these kids are still in high school. The cameras were on John Molnar. I saw one of his teammates putting up some little horns behind his helmet so it would show up on the TV.
They're still 17.
That's right. That's what's great. You know what else is great? Watch, somebody will probably do it to him again here. The other thing that's great is, Stan, you know, I think guys like you, a veteran of Steelers games and has been around this for years, doing these high school games, and believe me when I tell you, these kids remember this and appreciate it. They feel like they're in the big time.
Well, you know, that's, I think, one of the attractions of it, and I think that's why people watch it, is because it is treated just like we'd be doing a college or a pro football game. And think back to when you were a kid, a chance to play in any kind of a championship event, let alone play or even walk on the field where your pro team in your town played. What a thrill that would be. The captains meet in the middle of the field. Sto-Rox will start out on offense to begin the second half of play. Springdale got the opening kickoff, 3 and out. They punted the ball back to Sto-Rox. They marched right down to the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. Actually, it was the 6-yard line. Lost 2 yards on running plays, threw passes on 3rd and 4th down, incomplete. And from that point, Springdale launched on an impressive 90-yard drive, which gave them the 7-0 lead. They've not trailed in this game.
Adam DeMichael on that first drive had that, we talked about the long pass play to put them deep in Springdale territory to Malcolm Mott, but Springdale's defensive back, Stan, you know, we've talked about it. Give them credit. And the key is they're not letting anybody get behind them except that one time to Malcolm Mott.
There you see John Molnar, 1 for 3 passing in the first half. That was for the 15-yard touchdown on the screen pass to Wayne Mundakis. On the other side, Adam DeMichael, 9 out of 17. He threw the one touchdown pass of 11 yards to Malcolm Mott. Body also threw an interception. Mike Landers returned it all the way to the 25-yard line, and that set up Springdale's third touchdown that has them in the lead at 21-7. Andrew Bosman will kick off. Back gate, Mike Harper on the near side, Chuck Banks in the middle, and Jerron Whitner on the far side. There you see Chuck Wagner hoping to record Springdale's first WPIAL title since 1973. Harper runs up and takes the 16.
At the 17-yard line.
And is dropped on a great tackle at the 25-yard line by Mike Hutchko. What an outstanding open field tackle by the junior linebacker, and he has been all over the field, special teams and on defense as well.
Well, he is the team's leading tackler, Stan, so we shouldn't be that surprised, but you expect him to do those tackles on defense, maybe not on special teams. I think Mike Harper had the return right set up there. If he got by Kutchko, he had some room, but that's easier said than done.
You got to make the first guy miss. Rare I formation for Sto-Rox coming out on 1st and 10. Dale in motion to the far side. Mrs. Whitner got a big hole. Across the 30, 35, still on his feet and drives up to the 38-yard line. Good run by Jerron Whitner, who's been pretty much held in check, but that time he picks up 13, nearly 14 on first down. And the Vikings come out running.
You said it, Stan. They came out in the power I formation. They use a lot of one-back set. Came out in the eye there. Maybe there will be a conscious effort to run the ball more with Jerron Whitner. He's averaged, Stan, over the last 5 games, 149 yards rushing. They need to get him more involved.
You know, at 33, he has 33 yards on 9 carries after the 14-yard gain. Slow motion to the near side. Whitner again, off right tackle. Great penetration. Coming in to make the tackle was linebacker Evan Neergaard, the senior. That's a nice penetration and a nice tackle.
Well, Evan Neergaard, we mentioned his name a few times today on big plays, Stan. His name's Neergaard, but he always seems to be near the running back.
And he is a guard on offense. We'll call it a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9. First possession of the second half. Again, the I formation, slot to the right. Short drop to Michael on the slant. The ball batted away at the line of scrimmage. That time it was Antonio Matone, the senior defensive tackle, 6'3", 255, number 61, who got his hand on the ball. He also was key in the interception with a good rush on to Michael. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
Just a quick 2-step drop there, and when that happens, defensive linemen get those big mitts up in the air. We talked about Springdale, Stan, their size. That helped there. How these kids have gotten so much bigger and stronger. Some size helped to bat that ball down.
Same formation. Now motion to the near side on 3rd and 9. 7-step drop. To Michael Rust. He'll run. 40, 45, hit hard at the 45 and stopped well short of the first down by Joe Hartwick. And so Sto-Rox's first possession, 3, and we presume out with a punt.
A statement by the Springdale defense. First drive of the second half, they hold Springdale. They bent in the first half, but didn't break. So this first drive here, Stan, they didn't bend much at all.
Eric Boylan will punt to either Wayne Mundakis or Mike Landers, who stand just inside their 30-yard line. Boylan's kick. Mundakis takes, hit hard and dropped on the spot. Nice job by Chuck Banks. No return whatsoever, but Springdale holds on its first defensive series. They'll take over at their own 27-yard line, 1st and 10. Good solid pop.
Chucky Banks started the year as a running back. Then he's a receiver. Now he's a sticker on special teams, Stan. You know, Stan, I asked Ron Butchley earlier this week, is there a point where you worry about Springdale being a team of destiny? He said he tried never to bring that up with his team, but you really have to begin to wonder at some point here in the second half, Stan.
Whistle before the play, movement. You know, Mike Landers didn't do Mundakis any favors. His job is to get in front and throw a block so that guy doesn't kill him. He just kind of stood alongside and said, I'll pick you up after you get knocked down here.
Some friend he is. No flag there. I don't. Okay.
There's motion or there's not, but the whistle blows the play dead, so no harm, no foul. No foul, no harm in this case. 1st and 10, we'll try it again. That was a dress rehearsal for the first snap for Springdale in the second half.
Ron Butchley said at the training stand that they made some personnel changes on defense in the second half. We'll see how that goes.
Same play. Hartwick looking for a block. Finds one. Good job across the 30 and out to the 32-yard line. That is a nice 5-yard gain, and you'll take a 5-yard gain on first down at any point in the game. David Bull, defensive end, makes the tackle for the Vikings. There's a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
Springdale made a statement with their defense on the first possession of the second half. They'll continue to run the ball, Stan, averaging over 5 yards a carry in that first half. If they keep that average up, Sto-Rox is in trouble.
Landers in motion. Mundakis breaks in the clear. Mundakis to the 40 and the 45-yard line. He picks up nice yardage. 13 yards and a first down. And so Springdale picks up where they left off. Pat Brinzer, linebacker, makes the stop for the Vikings.
Chuck Wagner playing Western Pennsylvania style football, Stan. Mundakis there, just a straight handoff up the middle. But once again, John Molnar, I really like his ball faking ability, Stan. That's one of the things that really has impressed me today about Molnar.
I wonder if Sto-Rox is also confused a bit by the motion, although you heard Ron Butchley say they've not been confused by anything Springdale's done. It's pretty much what they do. Flag down.
Sto-Rox has 12 players on the field, Stan.
Illegal participation. Brinzer was in the game, and nobody went out. So now Pat Brinzer one's off. I'm not saying it was his fault, but
substitution on the defense. Hey!
Well, that's a free 5 yards.
Springdale had a few long drives in the first half. Now they're starting on another one here, Stan.
Another big hole. Hartwick with a first down near the 40-yard line. A couple of substitutions. Brian Reed in on defense. Matt Dale in on defense, as Ron Butchley talked about, but hadn't seemed to matter, at least not this far.
Good ball faking again out of that full house backfield. We mentioned it before. It's like those old Woody Hayes days, but Chuck Wagner's old school definitely.
Boy, Rowan, near guard, and Zarisco really opening up tremendous holes. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Mundakis in the secondary, 30, 25, 20. Mundakis 10, 5, touchdown, Springdale.
Wayne, the train Mundakis, Stan, with the touchdown run. Adam DeMichael, a valiant effort to catch up to him. The Dynamos are up 3 touchdowns. Who would have thunk it?
Look at this hole. Look at that hole. Mott with the last chance to catch him, not able to grab him, and Wayne Mundakis, his 2nd touchdown of the game. Look at that hole.
Basically went untouched, Stan. Nobody filled the hole. Nobody got to him at all until Adam DeMichael. No good.
Misses. That's his first miss. So we go to our commercial break. A flag before. We'll see if they get a chance to kick it over. Bozeman had been perfect, 3 for 3. Personal foul against Sto-Rox. So the defense is walking off the field, but they're going to have to come back, obviously, if they would have made the extra point.
They'll enforce that on the kickoff, Stan.
Apparently it was well after.
Dead ball.
Dead ball after the kick was missed. So that play stands. The 15 yards will be enforced on the kickoff. Here's the call from George Liotis.
Personal foul on the defense. It'll be on the kickoff.
So the extra point is no good, but nevertheless, Springdale on its first possession marches for another touchdown. They lead 27-7.
Nissan 03. It's been a great story. We introduced the adventurous Murano, exhilarating Maxima, innovative Quest, and massive Pathfinder Armada. Now it's an exceptional time to buy an exciting new Nissan. during the Nissan National Year-End event. Because every great story deserves a happy ending.
This is the X Generation, a new breed of Penguins hockey, forged in ice and destined to dominate. Be a part of the action with the Penguins special ticket packages. Now you can be there to watch a new generation of champions take to the ice.
It's the Collectible Series mini plan. Get 4 games starting at $160 that include the Mario Lemieux nesting doll and Mario Mike Lang and Iceberg bobbleheads. Don't wait. Call today.
The X Generation. This year, the ice will burn.
8:34 to play in the third quarter, and Andrew Bozeman is going to do what he has done an awful lot of today. Kick off. The penalty, of course, moves the ball to the 45-yard line, so you would think here, Mike, you'd see a squib.
Well, I don't think he's going to want to kick it deep, that's for sure, Stan. You know, this Springdale bunch, Lucas Cox told me they're a very loose team, Stan. He said people probably think they might be morons because they listen to some crazy music in the locker room. We'll get to in a second.
Into the end zone. Let's take a look at that 73-yard touchdown drive by Springdale. Only took him 4 plays, 1 minute and 34, and it was done all on the ground, Mike.
Well, John Molnar, watch the ball fakes there, Stan. Been very impressive. Mundakis, Landers, Hartwig, all getting involved in the game. And then Mundakis breaks a big one. But getting back to this team, Stan, they are a loose bunch. They listen to bagpipe music in the locker room. They listen to Prince, or I guess the artist formerly known as Prince. They listen to Madonna in the locker room like a prayer. A loose group, but tight also on the field.
So now Adam DeMichael has got a great challenge before him. Down 20 points. Nobody open. Still on his feet. Fires, and the pass is complete up to the 28-yard line. So a good job by DeMichael to stay alive, and he finally finds Malcolm Mott, who has been his favorite receiver today. Mott now with 5 catches on the day. 1 for the touchdown. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
That's that dangerous scrambling ability that Adam DeMichael brings to the table.
But at this point, of course, they'll give him all the 8-yard completions that they want. 2nd and 2. Again in the eye. Dale motion to the far side. Whitner. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Drives forward for a yard to the 29, but he will be a yard shy of that first down. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Mark Redmond made the tackle.
Stan, Springdale's basically sitting back in a cover 2 zone right now, and they're going to make them go with the short stuff.
Wednesday, the Penguins will return to the ice to take on Jeremy Roenick and the Philadelphia Flyers in a battle between bitter in-state rivals. Coverage begins at 7:30 right here on Fox Sports Net. I'd say you say the Flyers and Penguins are bitter rivals.
A lot of things bitter about the Penguins these days.
Yeah. Sweet performance by Marc-Andre Fleury last night, nonetheless, although they lost in OT. About a couple inches shy to bring up 3rd down.
Now, Springdale's sitting back right now in a cover 2 stand, basically a 2-deep secondary. They don't want anything going deep at all. If you're going to beat them right now, it's going to have to be 5, 10, 15 yards at the most passes. I don't know, A, if Sto-Rox is patient enough to do that. B, if they have enough time to move down the field to come back from 3 touchdowns.
They do if their defense can stop Springdale's running game.
Good point.
But if they're going to allow them 4- and 5-yard drives, whether they result in scores or not, they are not going to have enough time to do it. 3rd and inches to Michael. Keeps and gets the first down across the 30 to the 32-yard line. And the other thing about that, Mike, is it's one thing to be down 27-7, but when you are down because you're getting pushed around, it's very demoralizing. Haven't been a defensive lineman, getting pushed around plenty myself, believe me. I mean, it's almost like I'm helpless. There's nothing I can do about this because this guy's pushing me around.
Well, if there has been an Achilles heel with this team this year, Stan, I think it has been their defensive times. We mentioned before, 30 points to Avonworth in the first round, 20 to Clareton last week. They are a little shaky at times on defense.
Play fake to Whitner. DeMichael looking deep down the sideline. Double coverage. Fought for and intercepted by Mike Landers. His 2nd interception of the game. The 3rd pass defense. The 2nd interception thrown by Adam DeMichael. And that ends the Sto-Rox drive, such as it was after just 1 first down.
Well, Adam DeMichael aired another one out there, Stan, and he actually threw a great ball, but once again, Landers basically playing center field on that half of the field. He had that left quadrant of the field, and he never let Harper get behind him. Did a great job. Basically, you threw into a double coverage. Mike Landers, 11 interceptions now on the year.
2 of them today. He also had a pass defense that saved a sure touchdown. Inside handoff, virtually for no gain on the play, maybe a loss of 1. Landers, the ball carrier. He'll lose a couple, back to the 20 and make it 2nd and 12. And it's premature to talk about MVPs, but how often do you see a defensive player get named the MVP with the 2 interceptions, the run back which set up the 3rd touchdown, and batting that ball away at the 10-yard line, which would have been a touchdown to Malcolm Mott at the last second.
He's been big today, Stan. You know what else has been big, Stan? That 2nd quarter when Springdale outscored Sto-Rox 14-7. They are strong in the 2nd quarter this year, Stan. They've outscored opponents 106-21 in the 2nd quarter this year.
Mendeka's trying to bounce outside. He'll not.
Oh, he stole it from him. Harper stole the ball out of his hands.
Harper scores a touchdown. Mendeka's trying to get outside, and Mike Harper will try in vain to score a touchdown offensively. Does so defensively, stripping the ball out of Wayne Mendeka's hand. And just like that, the Sto-Rox defense has been a problem. Gets him on the board and back in the game.
What a play by Mike Harper. He basically just got, now he gets some help from his teammates. Hey, Stan, just ripped it right out of his hands. Mike Harper.
Well, that's got him back in business now. And that'll re-energize him emotionally, too. Boylan to attempt the extra point. Bad snap. And not getting to the end zone. So they trade missed extra points. Not a good snap. They tried to run it in for the 2. John Molnar came up to make the tackle.
Well, the snap was bad, and that play bogged down from there. And we talked about John Molnar with his size, and right here he makes the hit, Stan. He's the quarterback, 6'3", 200 pounds, making the hit on defense. Now, at some point in this game, Stan, even if Sto-Rox scores 2 touchdowns, if they want to win the game outright, they're going to have to go for 2 points at some point. 27-13 Springdale.
Aaron Cohn was the holder, and Aaron tried to get in for the 2, which would have set them up to win it by 1 with the conventional extra points. As it is, they are on target with a 14-point game. So a surprise defensive score for Sto-Rox has got them back in business, and we talked earlier about that opportunistic Springdale defense coming into the game with 32 forced turnovers, 2 already today to make it 34.
But that was huge for Mike Harper, that play there, Stan, because their offense has been bogged down, and we talked about their defense hasn't been able to stop the run. Hey, maybe that's the best way to stop the run. Just take the ball.
Take the ball if you can do it. One guy to set him up and another guy to strip it away. And that's what they teach you. And that was a very good job by Mike Harper, who's been held to just 1 catch. And there's a squib. You let that go out of bounds. That's exactly what they do. Almost mistakenly picked up the ball. Joe Hartwick over there. Then he realized what was going on and let the ball roll out of bounds.
Well, once again, Sto-Rox with that squib kick, Stan. Springdale has not returned 1 kickoff this year for a touchdown, but for some reason, Sto-Rox thinks they got to kick the ball on the ground all the time.
First down. What these balls are killing.
So the balls.
That will be marked at where it went out of bounds.
At the 36. That's still pretty good field position. And now let's see if the Sto-Rox defense gains some momentum from their defensive play. And let's see if Springdale is still pretty confident running the football.
You talked about Mike Harper, that big defensive play, Stan. This is his first year of high school football ever. He hasn't played since back in the midget league days.
And he's had a tremendous season as a wide receiver. Here's Mendeka's again. He's the guy who fumbled or had the ball stripped away from him, and he answers with an 11-yard run out to the 46-yard line and a first down. Linebackers Percy Trevelyan and Mike Harper make the tackle.
Boy, Sto-Rox has not proven it can stop that play out of that jet series with the receiver coming in motion, faking to him, giving it to the one back. Sto-Rox hasn't stopped it all day. They certainly didn't stop it there again. They're riding the Wayne train right now, Stan.
That's all they have to do. Keep it on the ground. Single setback. Inside handoff. Hartwick gets outside, 50, and into Sto-Rox territory and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Good for a gain of 8. Harper chased him out of bounds, but not before Hartwick gets 8. And Hartwick, in terms of the number of carries, was way down the list, even behind the quarterback, John Molnar, and yet he has played a significant role in Springdale's running game today.
Well, you know what? Chuck Wagner told me that Hartwick has kind of been one of the unsung heroes of this team this year. They really didn't know what to expect from him this year. He's had a pretty good season, playing well today.
2nd down and 2, a down to play with. And Molnar just drives it straight ahead behind the center of that offensive line, near guard Zarisco and Dugan. You want to talk about players of the game, that offensive line for Springdale gets my vote right now. They pick up 4 yards and a 1st down at the 42-yard line.
Well, once again, Stan, Sto-Rox can't stop the run. They have not stood up to it. Springdale's defense has played well. Sto-Rox needs another big play defensively.
Landers. Good pursuit. Nice backside pursuit. Good job by Jerron Whitner to tackle Landers after just a yard gain, because there was a hole there. If he doesn't make that backside pursuit tackle, Landers is probably still running. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Does he have a nice enough future, Stan? Only a freshman, transferred to Sto-Rox from Montour right before the start of the school year. Actually missed the first day of preseason camp. Originally from Sto-Rox, and I think the Vikings are glad to have him back.
Short but mighty at only 5'6", 2nd down and 9. The inside handoff on the dive gains a couple to the 38-yard line, where we'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Vinny Perilla and Percy Trevelyan making the tackle for the Vikings, who need a stop here as the clock runs down to 4 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Each team has scored a touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. 21-7 Springdale at the half. So a key moment, whether you wonder with this field position, if Chuck Wagner doesn't consider this to be 4-down territory. Hartwick needs 1 block. He's got it. He's got the 1st down. Inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line, Mike Landers. The tailback was the lead blocker for Hartwick on that inside end around, and it's another 1st down for Springdale.
And Colin Dugan out ahead, leading traffic, also number 72. Watch him pull here, Stan. He gets some helmet and some body on a couple players. Another 1st down. They've run that jet series time and time again. Sto-Rox can't do anything with it.
Well, you need penetration to stop that inside handoff that close to the line of scrimmage, and they're not getting it. Landers dancing for perhaps a yard near the 26-yard line. Perilla made the tackle along with Luis Cruz. We'll call it 2nd down and 8 from the 26.
You know, Stan, Springdale's such a newcomer to this championship stuff. Somebody asked me the other day, where is Springdale? I mean, I know where it is, but there might be people out there who don't know where it is. You go out Route 28. If you're from Pittsburgh, it's Route 28. Out by Cheswick, Harmerville area.
Well, Penn State on top, 3-0, and Syracuse jumps on top of West Virginia. Molnar on the keep. Stops, cuts, and gets inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. Will bring up another big 3rd down. 3rd down and 5. Trevelyan and Mott making the tackle for Sto-Rox.
Well, we're in 4th down territory right now for Springdale, Stan, and you notice, even if they don't score here, what's happening? That clock is ticking and ticking and ticking.
They got the ball back after the touchdown with about 5.5, 5:40 to play. So even if they don't do anything here, they will have eaten up nearly 4 minutes of this 3rd quarter. 3rd and 5. Mendakis inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. He'll be a yard shy, but no question, this is 4-down territory. It'll be 4th down and 1.
Well, we've seen the bootleg a few times on these key plays.
He's gone quarterback sneak.
Handoff. He's gone quarterback sneak. What do you think? Come on, coach, make the call.
I go quarterback sneak.
I think you're right.
Because anything wide, you risk the penetration. So.
No, I'm going bootleg again.
Bootleg? All right. He spreads them out, which may be designed to spread the defense out for the sneak. Mundakis fouls his blocker. Make that Hartwick inside the 15 to the 11-yard line. Again, that's very good patience by Joe Hartwick. He waited for the block, saw the hole, and picked up big yardage to the 12 for a first.
Well, they've run this set numerous times today, Stan, and Molnar's done a great job again with that ball handling ability, and Hartwick that time breaks a tackle. Sto-Rox once again just cannot close the door on this Springdale running game. Impressive offensive line performance by Springdale today. Give those guys the props.
Absolutely. Here's Hartwick again, pounding his way inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Trevelyan and DeMichael make the stop. Adam DeMichael. But again, they just keep picking it up at 3 and 4 yards a pop. Going for it on 4th down when they have to. They are 3 for 3 on 4th down and picked up substantial yardage each time.
Well, Springdale's only punted, I believe, once today, Stan.
That was the first series of the game.
And they had the turnover down here. Otherwise, it's been touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
13th play of the drive. A handoff to the 5-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 as the clock runs down in the 3rd quarter. Well, whatever happens here, Springdale maintained their 2-touchdown lead, and they continue to control the football. We go to the 4th quarter. Springdale leading the single-A championship game here at Heinz Field, 27-13.
Rorick Mazda is your Mazda connection with one of the largest selections of new Mazdas in all of Pittsburgh. Now is the best time to buy during Rorick's huge Mazda sell-off. 2003 Protegés and MPVs are in stock and must go now. Rebates are up to $2,500 or save in financing with 0% APRs. Stop by Rorick Mazda on easy-to-find West Liberty Avenue and test drive the hot new RX-8 for 2004. Hurry, the savings and selection are right now at the Mazda sell-off, only at Rorick Mazda.
Yeah, come on, I'm loving it. From the moment I get up, I gotta go, go, go. And so does my pup, I'm loving it. Wham, bam, I gotta scram for a quick pick-me-up. Mickey D's is where I am.
Get your day started right with a quick time out at McDonald's. We've got it all cooking in the morning. Your favorite breakfast sandwiches, hash browns, and fresh brewed coffee. It's time for breakfast. I'm loving it.
The design and performance are unsurpassed. They offer comfort, and best of all, this high-performance line uses up to 50% less fuel. The Lennox line of high-efficiency furnaces. To enjoy the quiet comfort of a reliable, efficient Lennox furnace in your home, call 1-800-9-LENNOX for the dealer nearest you. Lennox, unparalleled savings, comfort, and performance.
Pittsburgh Sports Tonight.
This ain't your granddaddy's sports show.
Still, the only nightly newscast dedicated to scores, highlights, and interviews from your hometown teams.
As rowdy as the South Side, this is a solid steel sports spectacular.
Coming to you live among some of Pittsburgh's biggest sports fans.
These are the true fans. These are the black and gold bleeding Pittsburgh sports fans.
Your teams, your town, your show. 90 at 10 on Fox Sports Net.
The Sto-Rox cheerleaders maintaining a stiff upper lip. However, Springdale is in position to perhaps put this game away. They have the football, 3rd down and 3 at the Sto-Rox 5-yard line, trying to go up by 3 scores. Molnar looking to throw. He is run out of bounds for a loss at the 7-yard line. A surprising call there. Now it is 4th down. and about 4 for the first down and nearly 7 for the touchdown.
I think they're going to kick here, Stan. Wise decision, I think.
Well, Andrew Bozeman has 2 field goals on the season. This will be about a 25-yard field goal with a sharp angle to the left, and this would give them a 3-score protection. Would put it to 30 to 13, 17 points behind. Again, Bozeman does have 2 field goals on the season. Good snap. Kick is up. It is long enough, and it is good. A 25-yard field goal. 11:49 to play in the game, and Springdale increases its lead to 17, 30 to 13.
Buying an auto shouldn't be difficult, and all of us at Davis Toyota agree wholeheartedly. We make buying a new Toyota exciting.
Davis Toyota is your source for an exciting car, truck, SUV, or minivan. Come in and test drive a Toyota today and see for yourself the excitement built into every Toyota.
And there's one more thing you should know. At Davis Toyota, we're committed to serving our customers for life. Davis Toyota, across from the Ross Park Mall in the North Hills.
Enroll now in spring classes at the Community College of Allegheny County.
I've accomplished a lot as a research scientist, but I wanted to change careers. CCAC helped me achieve that.
When I transferred from CCAC to Duquesne University, my credits transferred with me, and my academic achievements got me a scholarship.
Students who transfer into our program from CCAC are well prepared and ready to learn more. CCAC does a great job of getting students ready to move up.
CCAC, real people, smart choices.
The McDonald's WPIAL Football Championships on Fox Sports Net are brought to you by the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. And by Subway. Better for you, better tasting. Subway. Eat fresh. Now the field goal by Andrew Bozeman has given Springdale a 17-point lead. Andrew with the field goal, 3 out of 4 for extra points. Kicks off now for the Dynamos. Harper at the 8 to the 20. Hit hard at the 25-yard line. The hit on the play by John McCauley. And like they say in football, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, John, can you please show some excitement, please?
He's only a freshman.
He's showing it there. He's acting like a freshman. But hey, who can play? I'll tell you what, Stan. Springdale has come here today, and to be honest, they have busted Sto-Rox right in the mouth, Stan, in every facet of the game. And the young freshman does a little bit of it there.
To Michael, pump fake, doesn't find his man open, and he will be brought down inside the 25, a sack, a loss of a yard on the play by Antonio Matone, who's played a very solid game, and J.D. Rao, 2 senior defensive linemen. But again, give credit to the secondary. They're dropping 6, 7, sometimes 8 guys in coverage.
And Stan, you know what? Springdale's defensive linemen have done a pretty good job of keeping Adam DeMichael in the pocket most of the time. They have not let him get outside that much.
Remember, this is a Sto-Rox offense that has scored 40 or more points in 10 consecutive games. Slant pattern. Harper got it for a first down across the 40 and out to the 41-yard line. A fumble, but they're going to rule that he was down on the play.
Now, Stan, there, that throw from Adam DeMichael, that's a big-time throw there. Just a slant pattern. He rifles it. I think he has a Division I college arm, and he shows you here right now. Look, that's on a rope. We have not seen him throw the out pattern today, which is really where you can judge a quarterback's arm, but that's an impressive pass there.
Good for 18 yards and a first down. And Sto-Rox now going no huddle, lining up on the ball. 1st and 10. Flanker screen, pass off the hands of the intended receiver, Chucky Banks, incomplete. 2nd down and 10. They had it set up, but looks like Chuck looked upfield a bit before he brought the ball in.
Well, Adam DeMichael, you know, Stan, we talked about his college recruitment. He didn't go to any camps last summer or anything like that. And if the knock on him is he's not very big. He is only between 6 foot and 6'1", 170 pounds. But he's really never lifted weights much because he's playing so many dang sports.
Some think he may take a baseball scholarship. In the flat. Wide open to Whitner, and Whitner dances in the 15.
Oh, there's some second effort there.
Nice, and still did not get out of bounds before he got the first down. He's into Springdale territory just inside the 48, and that should be good for a first down.
The freshman, he has not caught many passes this year. Adam DeMichael looking to his checkoff there. Once you're on Whitner, get off of my feet.
There's a penalty on the play.
It's
so
coming back.
That'll come back. DeMichael now 12 out of 23 for 176 yards, the 1 touchdown, but the 2 interceptions.
Well, Stan, you know, if they would have gone, if they win this game, or if they would have won this game, it would have given Adam DeMichael a chance to become only the 4th quarterback in Pennsylvania history to throw for 7,000 career yards. Right now, he has 6,660. It would have given him a game in the state playoffs, maybe 2 games. Can you name any of those 3, Stan? We'll trivia after this question, after this play.
Play fake, and again, DeMichael can't find his man. Chased by Matone, fires to the sideline. There's your sideline pattern, and it is intercepted by Wayne Mundakis. Mundakis read DeMichael all the way and stepped in front. The 3rd pick of the game for Springdale. Their 20th on the season, and they've got the ball in midfield.
Well, Adam DeMichael showing you the ability to throw on the run to his left that time. Actually not a bad pass. Actually should have been caught. Went right through the receiver's hands.
Malcolm Mott, the intended receiver, yep, he drops it.
Another interception for Springdale. And hey, you know what, Stan? These Dynamos have been dynamite here today. Back to that jury question. I'll give you a hint on one of them. You probably won't get it. Go ahead.
The kid from Berwick who went to Notre Dame.
Ron Pilas is one of them. Evan Crakey from Lakeland's the other one. And the other one this year, Chad Henney from Wilson, going to Michigan.
1st and 10. Landers driving his way to the 40 to the 39-yard line. And you can just tell that Springdale smells it, they know it, and so does Sto-Rox at this point.
You know what, Stan? Lucas Cox told me they call Mike Landers Jesus.
Because of the amazing things he can do.
Exactly. Because they always watch him on film and say, Jesus, how did you do that? That's true. I'm not making that up.
Well, last year, with the way this field was at Heinz Field, he could have walked on water.
Or sand.
Or sand. Stay at the beach. There's Landers driving his way inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Going for the kill. They're already up 17. 9:40 to play in this WPIAL Single A Championship game. Fans beginning to file in from both Jeanette and Aliquippa. Very nice crowd on hand. Springdale brought a tremendous following. So did Sto-Rox, but Springdale, near sideline, all kinds of orange.
I don't think anybody's in Springdale right now, Stan. They're all here.
If you're thinking about robbing a bank, it'd be a good time to do it. This time Landers met at the line of scrimmage for virtually no gain to the 34-yard line. That will bring up 3rd down and around 4. But the most important stat is not down or yards to go. It's on the scoreboard and the clock, and we're under 9 minutes to play.
You know, we talked about tradition here. You know, Springdale hasn't had much tradition, but the next game, Double-A, talk about tradition there. Aliquippa's got 11 WPIAL championships. Jeanette's got 6. So a lot of tradition in the game following this one.
Springdale seeking its first WPIAL championship in 30 years. Here's the boot. Molnar not able to get away. Good penetration that time. Blew the play up. And Alex DeMichael makes the tackle for a yard loss to the 35, where it will be 4th down and 5. Springdale's been very good on 4th downs, converting some key 4th downs. Obviously, they'll go for it here.
I like this Springdale team,
maybe not.
Stan.
Here comes Bozeman.
They're going to punt.
In the 35.
They do seem like a loose bunch, good bunch of kids. I was talking to Lucas Cox, a great kid to talk to. He'll talk your ear off. He over a 3.0 grade point average. This is a fun team to deal with.
And Molnar snaps on punts on top of everything else. Bozeman's kick sails out of bounds. Let's see where the mark is. It'll be still moving at the 11-yard line. 7:46 to play in this single-A championship game. Springdale on top over Sto-Rox, 30-13. We'll be back in just a moment.
A solid foundation. It creates strength and stability. It's what lets us explore and expand without limits. What is good becomes something better, something greater. Vision and unwavering commitment help people live better lives, healthier lives. It's how we find answers. It's how we give back. It's how we move into tomorrow, today. Now, more than ever, UPMC.
Wonder if he paid to get in. Of course, I don't even know it's a heat. I don't want to find out either, to tell you the truth.
They think he's just looking for some food, Stan. The prices are too high down there. He's got to pick some up out of the bleachers.
The 24-yard punt by Bozeman. And DeMichael on a design keeper, looking to get outside. Mundakis has a crack at him, slows him down, and DeMichael is run out of bounds for a loss inside the 10, back near the 7-yard line. Dan Arnone did a good job maintaining the contain on DeMichael, runs him out of bounds for a loss.
Great job all day by Springdale's defense. We've talked about it before. Their secondary's done a great job. Linebackers have. And DeMichael, he's the second leading rusher on this team, but he hasn't been sacked today, staying really like deep in his own territory, but he hasn't been able to break a 20, 25-yard run like he does so often.
One sack today for Springdale. That was just for a 1-yard loss, you point out, but they kept good pressure on him, and again, that's a result of the secondary giving the line time to get there. There's that slant to Harper, and he drops it. Let's go down to Trenny Kazarek and a late flag on the play.
Well, guys, earlier in the broadcast, Mike called Springdale kind of a team of destiny. Well, last year they played and lost to Sto-Rox 35-10 in the first round of these WPIAL playoffs. Well, the Monday following that game, they had a team meeting and they elected captains for next season. The following night, Coach Wagner had all the captains over to his house for dinner. When they arrived there, his wife went out and bought Heinz ketchup bottles. She placed a sticker on the back of each of them that congratulated them on being elected captains, and then it read, "Goal, reach Heinz." Here they are. He said he knew it over a year ago that this team could do it, that they could make it to Heinz Field.
Well, we got some ketchup bottles at Heinz Field. They're not using that one on top of the scoreboard when the Steelers get to the red zone. Defensive holding the call against Springdale.
We have a holding on the defense.
I think it was Joe Hartwick on the hold there, Stan. Mike Harper on the slant pattern. Joe, watch Joe. He got a little laundry in his hand before the ball got there.
Just a little. It's not an automatic first down. It's a second down. DeMichael, pump fake. Again, having trouble finding anybody open. Now fires over the middle, incomplete. Pass intended for Matt Dale, his leading receiver this year, who has but one catch on the day, and that's for 7 yards, and I think that's the key.
Boy, they've done a great job. They're playing a two-deep secondary right now, Stan. Not only are the defensive backs doing a good job, but the underneath guys are also getting back, doing a good job in pass coverage. Your linebackers, and great job today by Chuck Wagner's defensive coordinator.
3rd down and 4. Deep over the middle, pass is caught for a first down and then some. That's a nice throw and catch by Matt Dale, and there is the big play receiver for Sto-Rox. The gain from the 17 to the 42, 25 yards, and a first down. The hard hit by John Molnar, but not before Sto-Rox gets out of its own shadow.
Like Lucas Cox said, you need to put in Jack Lambert. You need to put a skirt on quarterbacks, but not on John Molnar. He'll stick you.
Pass again dropped. Pass intended for Chuck Banks. That's the second one he's dropped again. Looking to get upfield before you catch the football. DeMichael now exactly 50% on his completions. 1 touchdown, but 3 interceptions. Mike Kutchko playing with that semi-cast on one hand. He's been very active. 2nd down and 10. Sto-Rox doesn't score in this drive.
They're done.
Yeah.
They're in trouble anyway. 7 minutes left. So the key is they can't stop Springdale.
There's holding there. I don't know if they're going to call it or not. DeMichael rolling outside, firing up for grabs, and the ball is caught. The pass complete to Malcolm Mott, but there is a flag down on the play. I thought there was holding in the offensive backfield, but the flag is further upfield.
Adam DeMichael running to his left, throwing that one up. Stan, I don't know if that was intended for Malcolm Mott. There was another Sto-Rox receiver over there.
So the penalty is definitely going to be on Springdale because they're calling to talk to the white jersey captain. Pass interference, they'll decline that. They'll take the spot. Seems fairly obvious to me. I don't think we need to call in.
Sure. On the defense. Penalties declined. First down.
I don't think we needed the school board to be brought in to make this decision. It's fairly obvious.
You know, great pass here, really, though, by Adam DeMichael. See, the receiver on the left sideline. No, he did. No, that was not intended for Malcolm Mott, I don't think. He just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Hey, better be lucky sometimes than good.
1st and 10 from the 32. DeMichael on the run, incomplete. Intended for Mott. He had to move a little bit to his left to avoid the rush. Pass goes incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Well, no matter what happens here today, Stan, you'll see Adam DeMichael on the basketball court in December at some point. You know what? We'll probably be seeing him at Palumbo Center, maybe you and I, in March. Sto-Rox, definitely the team to beat AA basketball. They are in AA in basketball, Stan. They have their top 3 scorers back from last year. They're the team to beat, along with Aliquippa, I think, in AA.
Following the lead of his uncle Darren DeMichael, who was an outstanding basketball player at Sto-Rox a number of years ago. 2nd and 10. They faked the flanker screen, but again, DeMichael is rushed. Scrambling around, throws deep over the middle. Wide open is Harper. Harper's got it to 10. He's to the 5, and a 1st down for the Vikings at the Springdale 5-yard line.
Boy, Stan.
Boy, did he buy some time beautifully there.
AD, Adam DeMichael. You know, that's the stuff that just drives defenses crazy. The secondary, the linebackers did a great job in coverage, and he runs around and throws a pass like that.
Had 2 people wide open. Mott was 5 yards away, and now Sto-Rox will huddle to the sideline as a timeout has been called. It almost makes you wonder if they're able to score a touchdown here with the time remaining.
I think you got to go onside.
Onside.
Yeah,
a lot of time.
You have to. Adam DeMichael, 15 of 30 today, 254 yards, Stan. That puts him over 6,700 yards now for his, over 6,700 for his career. You know, I think people are starting to get on the boat with him a little bit, Stan, with the colleges. Plays like he made there, I think he has a Division I arm. Is he good enough to play at Michigan or something like that? No. But you know what? We got kids around here go on. Look at Bruce Gradkowski. Now, Bruce Gradkowski at Toledo, a little taller than Adam DeMichael was, though. But make plays like that, the Army has, he can play somewhere.
Well, he's got great presence, and he sees the field well. He knows the intangibles don't show up in statistics. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Banks in motion to the near side. Pitch wide and a bad pitch. And it's going to be recovered by Springdale. They went to a rare running play. The pitch was bad. Joe Hartwick on the fumble recovery. And that just might be the last straw for the Vikings of Sto-Rox.
Well, you know what? This one goes on Adam DeMichael, Stan. That pitch just a bad pitch. And Jerron Whitner couldn't catch up to it. And You might want to start up the bus, Stan, because I think Springdale's bringing home the gold trophy.
You like the play call. Expecting pass, pitch out wide to Whitner, who's not been as much of a factor as he has been in Sto-Rox's previous 12 games, nearly a 1,000-yard rusher. With today's game, he does go over 1,000 yards. So now it's just up to Springdale to hold on to the football, which they have done with one exception today. Molnar hit hard, but drives forward across the 20 to the 21-yard line, and he picks up 7 big yards on first down. Brian Reed made the tackle, but now it's a game of clock management, holding on to the football, and holding on to the lead.
Well, the winner of this game, and I think it's pretty safe to say it's going to be Springdale, Stan. They'll go on to the PIAA semifinals next week. They will have their hands full. They're playing Bishop Carroll, an undefeated team up near the Altoona, Johnstown area. Bishop Carroll's made it to the semifinals last 2 years, lost to Rochester by only 21-19 last year.
Molnar again, taking it over, right guard, right tackle, near the 24, close to the first down. And if you're an offensive lineman, there's nothing like just taking the ball and never giving it back. And that last drive the Steelers had against the Bengals, it's been so long ago. If you remember.
When was that, like 1976?
Yeah, it was September. It seems like that. But you remember they ground out the last 5.5 minutes of the game, never gave the ball back, and that's what Springdale will attempt to do here. It is a first down. The clock will start when the chains are in place. There we go, first down Springdale.
The thing here, though, both those runs are just quarterback sneaks, nothing
basically.
fancy.
They're not even risking a handoff here. Inside handoff to Mundakis. And he picks up yardage to the 28-yard line, which is good for 4. Pat Brinzer makes the tackle, but 4 yards on first down is considered a win. You get to dictate to the defense. Second down and 6.
Hey, Springdale has some tradition to uphold here in the state playoffs, Stan. The WPIAL champion has won the PIAA title 7 of the last 10 years. They've made it to the championship 9 of the last 10 years, so it's kind of expected that who comes out of single A in the WPIAL is expected to do well.
Landers, first down. Wanted to stay in bounds there, but he wanted to get the first down. He's across the 35 to the 37. Justin Anderson makes a key block for Landers, who picks up more than 10 and another first down out to the 38-yard line. Where is that Springdale,
well,
Bishop Carroll? You headed to the
that'll be announced on Monday. The sites of the semifinals will be announced Monday. The winner of the semifinal games in all the classes will go to Hershey for these PIAA championships December 5th and 6th.
Well, the Cinderella story is coming true for Springdale. Mundakis through a big hole on the right side, and he drives across the 45 to the 47-yard line, gain of 8. But clearly the glass slipper is fitting on the feet of the Springdale Dynamos just perfectly.
You know, Stan, but look at that rushing total. 307 yards on the ground. Impressive, isn't it? They've only been averaging 211 yards rushing a game, Stan, so they're well above their average.
It's not even the disparity between the two. Alex DeMichael injured on the play, because you don't expect Sto-Rox to run that much. It's just a total of over 300 yards rushing. Quarterback sneak, and Molnar drives to the 50 and another first down.
What a story with Springdale, Stan. I think it's one of the most unbelievable turnarounds in WPIAL in any sport. I mean, they had 19 players when Chuck Wagner took the job in 1993. I mean, let's face it, they were awful. I mean, we talked about one of their theme songs they play in their locker room is Madonna's Like a Prayer. And I think most people thought it was only a prayer they had to have to get to this championship game this year. Making the playoffs last year, I think people thought was great. Maybe they could do that again. I don't think anybody could have expected them to do this, except Chuck Wagner when he gave him those ketchup bottles.
And Springdale beginning to substitute some of the offensive linemen. Again, Molnar. Please your quarterback speaks. They're going for 4 and 5 yards. There's another one for 5 yards as we go under 3 minutes to play.
Well, the Rose Bowl's the granddaddy of all bowl games, right? Well, let's call Chuck Wagner the granddaddy of WPIAL champions. He has 10 grandkids.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be all kinds of celebration going on in various households throughout western Pennsylvania. Those associated, related to Chuck Wagner, 68 years of age, and about to celebrate a WPIAL championship. No gain on that play, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 5 as we count down to 2 minutes to play in this ball game.
Well, Stan, if Adam DeMichael doesn't get the ball back, he will finish with 6,738 yards passing. Phenomenal career. I said this to you the other day. I'm going to research it next week. He's a shoo-in to make the fabulous 22. We've been picking that at the Post-Gazette since 1980. I'm going to research it next week. I think he's the first athlete to ever make the fabulous 22, the fabulous 5 in basketball, in the all-area team in baseball. That's a pretty big accomplishment.
Well, he'll be on that basketball court practicing as early as Monday. Mundakis driving for a couple, which will bring up a 4th down and 2. Adam DeMichael, as you've mentioned, is a great basketball player, excelling in 3 different sports, and you'll be seeing him in shorts and sneakers within a couple of days.
This is his 32nd postseason game, Stan, in the 3 sports. 24 in basketball, 6 in football, 2 in baseball. He's the point guard of the basketball team. I think when he was younger, he thought that was going to be his future sport, but probably right now it will be either football or baseball. But look for Sto-Rox to be at that Palumbo Center for the WPIAL championship. They have some unfinished business. They want to play Trinity again in that state basketball championship. That was the big fight last year. We haven't seen Anthony DeMichael today, his freshman brother. He was a manager last year. In that fight in the state championship, Stan, he was in the bottom of the pile.
Well,
there's a little bit of a...
coming across prematurely, and that will, I believe it was Harper, that will give Springdale the 1st down. It was 4th down and 2, not that it matters at this point, but if indeed Harper was the man offside and wasn't drawn off at 5 yards, will give Springdale the 1st down. All they need to do is kneel down a couple of times. Yep, that'll be a automatic 1st down.
He's going to play the 1st down.
I don't like to see that, Stan. That was a little uncalled for, I think, on Mike Harper's part. He took a shot there. That's basically what that comes down to, and he's been pulled out of the game by his coach.
Playing his last high school game. His first season came as a senior, playing his last high school football game. Now we'll get the victory formation. What position does DeMichael play in baseball, Mike?
He is a outfielder. That's his best position, but he's a pitcher too, Stan. He throws in the 90s, low 90s as a pitcher.
And they'll take the delay game penalty. More than happy to take that to run time off the clock. 41 seconds remaining. And again, this Springdale football program won 4 games in the entire decade of the 80s. 10 years, they won only 4 games the entire decade. Can you imagine what that must have been like? Long losing streaks. Obviously, you do the math, several years when they didn't win any games. And here they are, the WPIAL championship, and another penalty against Sto-Rox. I do not believe that Springdale's been penalized. Well, actually one. There was a defensive pass interference penalty. That's the only one. Sto-Rox reaching up to 10 penalties in the game. This might do it.
You know, they were 10 years ago, they were 1 loss away from tying the WPIAL record for the longest losing streak, 35 games. Now look at them. They are on top of the world. Where's that Dynamo?
He or she, it, is celebrating along with the entire community out on Route 28. They beat Monessen. They beat three-time defending champion Rochester, and now they beat the Sto-Rox Viking Springdale Dynamos, your 2003 single-A WPIAL champions.
Springdale advances in the state playoffs and will play Bishop Canada in District 6. The game will be played next Friday or Saturday, and replacement time to be determined. Good luck to our WPIAL champions, the Springdale Dynamos.
Hail to the champions. The Springdale Dynamos celebrate the traditional handshake on the field, and you got to feel great for Chuck Wagner, 68 years of age, and he's got himself a championship ring. That's terrific. All right, we'll take a break. A lot of football yet to be played. You'll see it all here on Fox Sports Net. Chuck Wagner, John Molnar, they have a right to say, we are number one. We'll be back in just a moment.
Have you been waiting to dump cable? Now you can for free. Get a 3-room satellite TV system for free so you can watch different shows on 3 different TVs at the same time. All from Dish Network, the home of the lowest all-digital price in America every day.
I'm so glad we switched to Dish Network from cable. It was getting way too expensive for what we got.
With Dish Network, all your channels have 100% digital picture and sound, not just some channels like digital cable. You get an easy-to-use on-screen program guide and access to interactive TV services.
I can't believe how easy it was to have Dish Network installed in my home. I should have done it sooner.
Call now to get a 3-room Dish Network satellite TV system free with free installation and watch 3 different shows on 3 different TVs at the same time. There's no better time to switch to Dish Network. Have your credit card ready and call now, or visit Radio Shack, Sears, or a local participating retailer.
This is the X generation, a new breed of Penguins hockey. For Dynamos and destined to dominate. Be a part of the action with the Penguins special ticket packages. Now you can be there to watch a new generation of champions take to the ice.
It's the Collectible Series mini plan. Get 4 games starting at $160 that include the Mario Lemieux nesting doll and Mario Mike Lang and Iceberg bobbleheads. Don't wait. Call today.
The X generation. This year, the ice will burn.
They are highly skilled, with nerves of steel and a killer instinct. Who are they? The world's greatest flyers. It's a Thanksgiving Day marathon. Showdown at the Sands Atlantic City on Fox Sports Net.
It's a divisional battle. Straka helps lead the charge for the Penguins, while Tony Amonte pilots the Flyers. 2 storms collide. Flyers, Penguins, Wednesday on Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back to Heinz Field. We have completed game number 1 of the 4 games you will see here on Fox Sports Net. We've crowned our first title holder, the Springdale Dynamos. Mike, this is overly simplistic, but I don't know how else you would describe it. Springdale's ability to control the line of scrimmage, thus run the ball, and outstanding coverage against a most potent passing attack. Those 2 elements are the keys to the game. As you see the Dynamos file into the locker room, they'll be joined by Trenny Kaznerek in just a moment.
Well, Stan, you said it. Key to the game, couple keys, I think. 322 yards rushing for Springdale. Not many games you're going to lose. I don't care who you are if you can run for 322 yards. They did exactly what they needed to do. Control the line of scrimmage, control the clock. They did great on offense. The secondary played very well. And the other key thing, Stan, I think changed the complexion of the game. They had to stop on the first drive of the game. The defense did. They stopped Sto-Rox at the 10-yard line, and then their defense came through with the last drive of the first half. Sto-Rox was inside the 10-yard line, and they threw an incompletion the last play of the half. Those 2 defensive stands of bending and not breaking in that running game, 322 yards, that's why Springdale won. That's why they have their first championship in 30 years.
3 times inside the 5-yard line, inside the 10-yard line, no points. The one touchdown pass was from the 11, 3 times inside the 10. They turned it over once on the fumble in the end of the 4th quarter, and the other 2 times incompletions. The clock ran out on them in the second half. And speaking of the clock, this probably should come as no surprise. The time of possession, Springdale had the football for 29 minutes and 18 seconds. Sto-Rox for only 18 minutes and 42 seconds.
Well, Stan, Sto-Rox quarterback Adam DeMichael, valiant effort. He threw for 254 yards. That's actually better than he's averaged over the past 7 games when he's thrown for 225 yards. But Springdale never let him get that big pass play except on one of the first plays of the game. But they came back and had the defensive stand. If you can keep Adam DeMichael from throwing those big pass plays, you're going to be in good shape. Stan, he came into the game with 35 touchdowns, passes. That's almost 3 a game. Today, they held him in check.
You know, it's interesting. Last week, Adam DeMichael was intercepted 3 times, but they won. Today, intercepted 3 times, and it was a key reason for Springdale winning the game. You're looking at the Dynamos locker room. We're about to go down there with Trenny Kuznerek, Lucas Cox, and we're number 1. Yes, Lucas?
Lucas.
Indeed you are. And we'll have the trophy presentation, as we will in all 4 championship presentations. Springdale, the winner, 30-13. Perhaps a surprise to some, maybe a surprise to many. We're getting set also for the AA game. Rob King will be calling the play-by-play on that game with Kevin Gorman. Let's go down to Trenny Kuznerek in the winner's locker room. Trenny?
Well, guys, I'm here with quarterback John Molnar, who, did you guys really think in the beginning of the year, I know that your coach gave you Heinz bottles, he told you guys you could do it. Did you really, what made you think you guys could do this?
We just believed in ourselves. We had a real strong team this year. I mean, from the very beginning, we had a Heinz field sign from our locker room, and we knew we could make it, the team we had this year.
You take a look at how you guys did on defense. Defensive stances seem to be the difference in this game.
Yeah, defense wins games. We have a really good defense. The whole team of linebackers. We got the triangle, Kutchko, near guard, and Dugan. They're awesome.
As a quarterback, a lot of quarterbacks want to throw the ball, they want to run the team, but you have no problem handing it off to someone else or running the ball yourself.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever's working. I mean, if we can run the ball, then why not run the ball? Why should you pass that? That's another chance for an interception or a turnover. I'd rather run the ball. We're here to win championships, not for statistics.
Great. Thank you very much for joining us, John.
Thanks.
Okay, guys, we're going to let them go accept their trophy, and we'll talk to more players right after they get it.
Good job, Coach. Thank you very much.
Hey, how you doing, Jay? You want to say it? Okay.
Good.
Hey, let's get young captains up here. John, Evan, let's go. Jeremy, let's go. Where's those captains? Antonio, Lucy, you get up there and receive it, all right? Come on, you guys get right in there. Let's go. You captains, JD. All right, Mike. Okay.
Coach Wagner, Springdale Dynamos. On behalf of the WPIAL, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to award you this trophy for outstanding football and football excellence.
Good job, John. Thank you
This trophy reads, Class A champions, 2003. Congratulations.
Okay, now here. They want you, Evan, you, and where's Antonio? Yeah, we're ready to go.
Pittsburgh, real quick.
Winning coach. Always mean a lot to people, but the way you built this program up pretty much from nothing, this one has to mean so much to you.
Well, without a doubt. Like I told some of the other people, you'd have to be inside me to know how I feel here at this moment. A lot of people put a lot of work into us getting where we are. And these kids today, you know, for the 4th week in a row, you know, underdogs come through and won. I think they showed their class here today.
We talked after the first half that the key to your success was time of possession, but your defense seemed to be the key in the second half.
Oh, yes. You know, we've had the combination throughout the year. You know, good ball control when we needed it, and great defense. I thought probably the key in the whole game was back at the first part of the game when they had the ball down on our, 5-10 yard line, and we held them. I thought that was maybe the biggest part of the ball game for us, when we didn't let them go in there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations.
Thank you very
much. We also have Mike Landers here, who's had an amazing game both on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. You seem to kind of do it most. What did you guys do to get to Adam DeMichael?
Well, we just stepped it up on our secondary, and we played cautious. We knew where all of his receivers were, and we knew he's dangerous, so we just stepped it up and played our hardest.
You had 2 picks on the game. How did you get to him like that, you personally?
Well, threw one up real high, got underneath of it. You know, I didn't let any of his receivers get behind me. I tried not to, because that's what we were working on. And I just went up for the ball and grabbed it.
You also ran the ball a little bit. Talk about the offensive line. They kind of seem to get overlooked a lot of times in situations like this.
Yeah, our offensive line's great. I mean, they're hanging there together. I mean, they're just wonderful. They're a great team. Great offensive line and tough.
Great. Thank you very much so much for joining us, Mike. Joe Hartwick, I don't even know how many yards. I know you guys had over 300 total rushing yards today. Did you think you could get to their defense that way?
We thought we could run right at them. We weren't worried about passing the ball. We just thought if we ran hard and blocked well, we could do whatever.
I talked to Mike about the blocking of your offensive line, but that also comes in under, you guys have to do that as well. How is it when you run the ball and you also have to block?
You just have to keep your head up after you run the ball. When you get tired, you have to keep your head up. Make sure you hit the right person.
Everybody counted this team out. Does this championship mean so much more because maybe you guys weren't picked to win it?
Yeah, we're not Cinderella story. We deserve this, clearly.
All right, I'll let you get back and celebrate with your teammates. Thank you very much. Guys, we'll take a break, and we will come back with the AA championship right after this.
Welcome to Lavalife's Temptation Telephone. Right now, callers are recording their personal profiles and listening to other callers' profiles. Some are even chatting live. Sparks are flying as strangers are becoming friends. Let's meet some of the players. Sarah's in banking. Her passions include golf and golf. She's just met another golf fan and they're talking right now. Need some tips on your swing? Max makes up for his 2 left feet by working wonders in the kitchen. Right now, you could be swapping recipes with him. Renata runs a media company and is looking for someone to keep up with her. She makes friends fast and has been talking to so many people tonight. Mike heads up an IT department, loves animals, and romantic walks to the convenience store. Don't wait. Whatever you're looking for, a date, friendship, or fantasy, it's all happening right now on Lavalife's Temptation Telephone. Thousands of singles in your area are calling every day. It's safe, easy, and confidential. Plus, it's free to call. Temptation is calling. Call Lavalife now.
Buying an auto shouldn't be difficult, and all of us at Davis Toyota agree wholeheartedly. We make buying a new Toyota exciting.
Davis Toyota is your source for an exciting car, truck, SUV, or minivan. Come in and test drive a Toyota today and see for yourself the excitement built into every Toyota.
And there's one more thing you should know. At Davis Toyota, we're committed to serving our customers for life. Davis Toyota, across from the Ross Park Mall in the North Hills.
Meet Jim Baberka, 2-time Superstock Winston World Champion and your service manager at Jim Crevelli Chevrolet. On any given weekend, you'll find Jim tearing up the drag strips across America, racing against the clock to fractions of a second. Every weekday, you'll find Jim in McKees Rocks, providing that same attention to detail when working on your car or truck. Only at your Chevy dealer, Jim Crevelli Chevrolet. McKees Rocks, Pittsburgh. JimCrevelli.com.
I sleep with it, I bathe with it. You couldn't get me to take it off.
It's just remarkable, actually.
Oh, I think it's very attractive. It's incredible. It's awesome.
Join the thousands of Q-Ray wearers who simply rave about their revolutionary Q-Ray ionized bracelet.
I am astounded, excited.
You ain't getting this thing back. Pick up the phone and order your own Q-Ray right now for 3 easy payments of only $49.95. Try it risk-free for 30 days and see for yourself what all the talk is about.
I think it's terrific.
I was amazed.
And it's built tough enough for me. I love my Q-Ray.
But wait, call to order now and Q-Ray will even make one payment for you. That's a savings of nearly $50 off the regular price.
I would absolutely recommend the Q-Ray IMS bracelet. 100%, no question about it.
Find out for yourself why everyone is wearing a Q-Ray.
And I'm so excited. I can't believe it.
I'm a believer.
You've got to get a Q-Ray. So call to order your Q-Ray ionized bracelet right now.
I don't know how many Irish eyes there are in Springdale, but they're all smiling tonight as the Dynamos win their first WPIAL championship since 1973. A testament to what can be done under the leadership of an outstanding coach and an outstanding man in Chuck Wagner.
Chuck Wagner, 68 years old. Ron Butch, the Sto-Rox's coach, told me that he knows everybody's going to be rooting for Springdale in this game because Chuck Wagner's kind of like your grandfather, Stan. And a lot of people like to root for those guys that are a little up in age but can do things. And you know what? Chuck Wagner owns a beverage company, Stan, and I'm going to use a Pittsburgh term here, and he has certainly put some pop in Springdale's community.
My grandfather knew nothing about football. I can tell you that much. He passed that down to me. 21-7 at the half. And Sto-Rox got the opening kickoff, not able to move, and back to the same old story. Springdale able to run the ball. Wayne Mendakis, a 41-yard touchdown run, made it 27-7.
That was a backbreaker, really. That gave Springdale the momentum, and then they came up with a big defensive play.
This is Mike Landers, number 34. Second interception of the game. That would be the second of 3 that DeMichael threw. Ironically, Sto-Rox only one offensive touchdown. This one scored on the defensive side.
Mike Harper was one of the few times during the game that Sto-Rox's defense stepped up and did anything, stole the ball, got a touchdown. Springdale comes back with a field goal. That really put it away.
And the last opportunity for Sto-Rox, one of their rare rushing opportunities, the pitch wide of Jerron Whitner. Hartwick recovers, and Chuck Wagner celebrates along with his Dynamos. That's the price you pay, Chuck. I don't think that's any of the pop that he may own from his distributorship. And the Springdale Dynamos are single-A champions of the WPIAL. And you see, both teams did a lot of what we expected them to do, but the dominance running the football, which gave them time of possession, that kept the ball away from Sto-Rox, and you can't disregard the 4 turnovers.
Well, no, Adam DeMichael, 3 interceptions last week, 3 more this week. But look at that rushing yardage total, 321 yards, Stan. Springdale had 4 guys rush for 60 yards or more in this contest. You're going to win a lot of games when you rush for 300 yards. Adam DeMichael, a good game, 257 yards passing, but never able to get that big long one, which he is so known for.
Mike, lastly, you mentioned that they now move on to the PIAA championships. What are, in your opinion, Springdale's chances against Bishop Carroll?
Well, Bishop Carroll's undefeated. They're a very good team. They proved it last year. They've been in the semifinals the last 2 years. They lost to a good Rochester team last year, only by 21-19. Springdale will have their hands full, but Stan, you might have to start and wonder, is this team really a team of destiny? Southern Columbia is waiting on the eastern side of the state, a great team, but this might be the Dynamos' year to be dynamite. Maybe we'll see that mascot, one of the strange ones with the light bulb on his nose, in Hershey in a few weeks with a Hershey's Kiss on his nose.
I don't know if it's a team of destiny. I know it's a pretty good football team on both sides of the ball. Mike, enjoyed, as always, working with you. Thank you.
Great pleasure, Stan. I loved it.
Okay, you know, the AA, this is just one of 4. The AA championship game is coming up next between Jeanette and Aliquippa. Rob King and Kevin Gorman will bring you that one. But first, a preview on that AA championship game from Trenny Kazmarek. Trenny?
Today's AA final is packed with tradition. Aliquippa is vying for their 12th WPIAL title, Jeanette their 7th, but neither team has been to a WPIAL final since Heinz Field became the host.
It's very exciting. I mean, this is the new field, so Aliquippa, this is the first year that we made it since Three Rivers, so we're very excited. I mean, this is any of us, none of us never been there, so we can't explain how I feel. It's just a great feeling.
The 11-1 Quibs have used their blazing speed to run away from teams. Since losing to Beaver Falls in Week 6, the Quibs have been outscoring their opponents by an average of 44-3. Javante Gilliam leads Aliquippa's attack, having passed for over 1,400 yards and 17 TDs. His favorite targets, Michael Washington and Darrell Rivas. These two have combined for over 1,000 yards receiving.
Got a receiver. Darrell Rivas, touchdown at the 10-yard line into the end zone.
The Jeanette Jayhawks may not have been quite as dominant as the Crips, but they do have one thing Aliquippa does not, an unblemished record. The Jayhawks have used a stout defense and a potent offense to get to 12-0. Quarterback Jordan Thomas has thrown for over 1,400 yards. His favorite receiver is tight end Mike Dent. The West Virginia-bound Dent is a huge target at 6'4", 255 pounds. He's hauled in 27 passes and 7 TDs.
They're very skilled, very well coached. You know, I said to a couple of the newspapers that they have the same coaching staff, and so do we, than when we played in '97 and '99. So, you know, we've seen enough of each other to know what we do, and it's whoever plays better that day is the one that's going to win.
Their quarterback's like a glass character, so he can scramble a little bit, get out the pocket, so we got to keep him contained. DNs, they did a good job last week against Chris Glass, so keep him contained, and our D-line just do what they got to do.
And here is a big hole into the secondary for freedom, into the end zone for the Aliquippa touchdown is Dante Patrick.
With all the speed on the field, an offensive shootout seems inevitable. But Darrell Rivas, a Division I recruit at cornerback, says the key will be on the other side of the ball.
Defense will really be the key to the game. Offense, we going to put on points. Offense, but defense is going to be the key.
I think the key to any game is turnovers. In high school football, the team that commits the fewer turnovers almost always wins. If you take care of the ball, play good defense, you usually win.
Neither coach really has to explain the importance of this game to their teams, but Coach Zmianek says there is one big reason why this game is so important.
For myself, this is my 16th championship game in football and basketball. He's either an assistant or a head coach. It's always exciting because you never know if it's going to be your last one.
Thank you, Trini. AA championship game coming up next. You're watching WPIAL Championship Football on Fox Sports Net.
Our holiday pricing season's here at number 1 Monroeville Dodge. Your choice. Brand new Dodge Caravans and Durangos for $1,000 under invoice, and you keep the rebate up to $4,000. Holiday prices at Monroeville Dodge. Are you going to shop anywhere else? I don't think so.
You know, it's tough to get the family around the table these days.
Where's he going?
Places to go.
I'll be right back. And where's she going?
Things to do.
I'll go find out.
Maybe you need a new family. Or maybe all you really need is a new table. Olhausen, America's favorite pool table.
Well, I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Well, I'm back. Well, I'm back in black. Yes, I'm back in black.
Our holiday pricing season is here now at number 1 Monroeville Dodge. Just in time for the holidays. Brand new Dakotas from just $94.88. Brand new Neons from just $85.98. Holiday prices at Monroeville Dodge. Are you going to shop anywhere else? I don't think so.
The ultimate fantasy football show. We know who to start, who to sit, who's a stud, and who's a dud. The hidden gems. We know what you don't. Weekends on Fox Sports Net. Savron on Sports Beat covers your hometown sports team like no one else. Exclusive interviews, in-depth analysis, and stories that take you inside the game. Weeknights at 6:30 on Fox Sports Net.
If you're losing your hair, how would you like a free month supply of Avocor? Huh? That's right. We're giving away an additional 1-month supply of Avocor absolutely free with today's orders. Did you know thousands of people just like you have reversed their hair loss thanks to Avocor? Imagine going from this to this.
When I started to notice my hair thinning, I took action with Avocor. It stopped my hair loss. I'm regrowing my hair. It's worth every penny.
Before you spend thousands on painful hair restoration procedures, why not give us a call and let Avocor regrow your hair the easy way without paying a fortune?
Avocor is so effective, it's guaranteed for up to 1 full year. Isn't it time you regained that youthful appearance? The sooner you order, the sooner Avocor can start regrowing your hair.
Call 800-269-1501. Remember, order today to get an extra month supply for free. That's 800-269-1501.
Hi,
Hi there, I'm Ryan Burrow. Welcome inside the Fox Sports Net studios. We'll get you right back out to Heinz Field in a couple minutes, but let's talk about our next game. Wow, it is a good one for sure. Aliquippa versus Jeannette. Welcome in our guest here, Don Rebel from NSN. And Don, two teams that can flat out put points on the board.
They can. A lot of points on the board, both these teams, Aliquippa and Jeannette. But the thing I like about both these teams is they play great defense, and they feed to offense. It's like a fast break basketball, you know. The defenses set up the offense with big plays, and both teams have the capabilities. Both teams have great athletes, quick strike capability, as you mentioned, and, you know, this one's going to be a dogfight.
For sure. Don, let's talk a little bit about Jeannette here, a team that's 12-0, back in the title game for the first time since '94. They've got so much to play for, an undefeated season on the line right now, so you have to believe Jeannette. Would you call them the favorite in this game?
Well, yeah, because they have run the table, and they're coming out of a tough conference, the Interstate Conference. They had some close games, especially in the Interstate Conference Championship game against Greensburg Central Catholic at Week 9. Again, defense, a big interception, parlayed that into a comeback victory over the Centurions. The one thing that the Jeannette Jayhawks have is the ability with their quarterback, Jordan Thomas. He's only a junior, but he has had a great season, and probably more of a pure passer when you compare the two quarterbacks, Jordan Thomas and Shavonte Gilliam. He's the better passer. They have a good running game as well, and also Division I prospect Michael Dent. He's a force both offensively and defensively.
Aliquippa, you know, they've been a power around here for so long, a team that in the 80s, you know, at the AAA level, just we're absolutely dominant under Coach Don Yanessa. They're back here in the title game, a place they're comfortable with, and, you know, they don't want to be called an underdog to anyone. That's kind of what the Clips always believe in.
Well, both these schools are Class A teams. That's the unique thing about it. Both schools deciding to play up in AA, and, of course, rolling the roost in AA as well. Mike Smianik says as long as they're competitive, they'll always play up in the AA level. And the one thing Mike Smianik said about the success of Aliquippa, winning never gets old, losing stinks. And you gotta love that type of attitude. And again, they have, you know, some big guns. Their big gun is Darrell Rivas. He's a receiver. One thing, though, keep an eye on Rivas. While he's a receiver, they like to use him as sort of like an Antoine Randall L, where he can throw the ball, too. As a matter of fact, he even played some quarterback this year as well for the Aliquippa Quips. So they have that ability as well to use Rivas in different ways.
Don, a game that has such dominant athletes. I mean, on paper, and you look at this game, you're talking about two teams that can really run to the football defensively and have those skill positions. If you had to give an edge to one team as far as the skilled position, who do you think you'd go with?
Well, I think Aliquippa may have the numbers as far as the skilled players are concerned, both offensively and defensively. Jeannette has weapons as well, but, you know, when you're talking about those special kids, the kids that can change the course of a game on either side of the ball, I think Aliquippa has more of those weapons. One facet that we didn't really touch on that I think maybe goes to Jeannette as far as an edge is special teams. You know, they have the ability to make big plays on special teams, as does Aliquippa, but Jeannette has proven throughout this season that they can get it done, whether it be a key extra point, whether it be a field goal. That's something that Aliquippa might not have in their arsenal of weapons.
Don, we're about ready to head back out to Heinz Field in about 15 seconds. Give me the key to who wins this game.
I think whichever quarterback makes the least number of mistakes. Both quarterbacks are capable, Gilliam for Aliquippa, Thomas for Jeannette, of making the big play. Whoever doesn't make the key mistake, I think, leads their team to a victory.
I think we both agree, though, this should be a fantastic game. One of the highlights for sure. Now let's head back out to Heinz Field and find out who will win. For Don Rebel, I'm Ryan Burr. We'll see you back here in between the next couple games. See you then.
Who are the toughest men and women in the area? It's the 4th annual Budweiser Original Tough Man Contest, as seen on national TV. Coming to Steubenville St. John Arena this Friday and Saturday night. Sponsored by Doan Ford, WTOV 9, Froggy 103, and Eagle 107. Ring Girl, sponsored by Jill's Gentlemen's Club, a class act. Tickets are on sale now.